And then I'm going to go into my YouTube and then see if I could find the live. Hi guys, I've never been live before. I am, so give me a second. I'm going to see if I can like share this to Facebook. And we may not have a whole bunch of viewers today, but let me get the hang of going live. Um, yeah, give me a second. So I'm on my other phone and I'm going to click share up there. Let me see if it opens up my page manager. Oh, I hope y'all don't see my stuff. Okay, so that application doesn't have permission. Hey, look, I got a viewer. Okay, so I'm just going to copy the link and then I'm going to go over to Facebook and I'm going to go to the page and I'm going to paste the link and put it in a couple of groups that I'm in. Okay, sure. Okay, boom. So I did that and then I'm going to go to the post that I just posted right here and then I'm going to share that to my actual timeline. Okay, so I think I'm good. So I'm going to be using, of course, hard gel from ctones.com. And so I wanted to just show you, this is gel, guys. I soaked off my nails. Well, I kind of soaked off my nails. I really just scraped them off, really. But this is some hard gel from ctones.com. And I am going to do a full set today. And you're going to see me using forms to do any repairs. We just completed an acrylic soak off, so we're just going to go from there. I'm not going to cut down her natural nails. I'm not even going to shape them. I'm going to leave them alone, and then we are going to go over them. I'm going to remove her cuticle area, her cuticles, and then we're going to prep and then get into it. So I've never been live on YouTube before, y'all, so forgive me. I need to kind of get the hang of it. I already kind of like the landscape view, and the way you guys can see the entire screen. That's a little bit different. For those of you who haven't seen me live before ever, I'm normally on Facebook, and Facebook kind of, the portrait mode looks a little bit different. But yeah, but thank you guys. I hope to go live more often on YouTube and just kind of get the content together and kind of migrate over here. I know I haven't posted a lot of videos on YouTube, but I definitely can just move my portfolio over to here. And thank you guys for watching. My mom wants to get a raffle done. So I guess we'll do our raffle based on our YouTube viewers and our YouTube commenters. Not sure how we're going to do it yet as far as sharing goes and stuff. So give us a minute to kind of come up with the little rules and regulations and guidelines. And then that way, next time I go live, I will have all of the raffle details for you guys. And I am thinking about raffling well, I'm sorry, I'm saying raffle. This isn't a paid raffle. It's more of a giveaway. Um, so mom did a giveaway last week. Um, and did it in our Nail Tech Techniques group on Facebook. It's called Nail Tech Techniques. And she raffled off a portable e-file. There we go, y'all. I'm sorry, I was lost. A portable e-file. So if you have have, or if you need one, or if you need some nail supplies, some nail goodies, you can never have too many of anything in the nail world. Make sure you tune into our next live so I can give you guys full details of how we are going to start our YouTube giveaways, just to kind of get my name circulating on here. It's been a while since I have, well, not a while. I've never switched platforms. I've always been on Facebook. So shout out to everybody who has been there with me since day one. And then forgive me. Oh, oh yeah. I didn't see your comments the whole time. I had them off. So yeah. Now I'll see your comments on my other phone. But hey, y'all. My Facebook family, y'all showed up for me. So I really don't know how YouTube works as far as like saving or sharing their live streams. I know Facebook allows you to go live, and then you are able to choose if you want to save it and leave it up or not, no matter the length of it. So I'm not sure if YouTube is the same, but if it is the same, I will make sure that I leave this live up. So if you have to go do whatever, you got something to do, I understand it's Thursday and that is a busy day for us. You can always come back later, tomorrow, whenever. Just save it or share the link or copy the link so that you are able to come back to it, and then yeah, come back and watch the live, see what we talked about, laughed about, joked about, what I showed you, what I didn't show you, what I spilled, because I always spill stuff because I'm clumsy. So yeah, tune in, guys. So if we could do maybe a a live stream maybe once a week, and mom is bugging me and says she needs her nails done, so I'll do maybe tomorrow mom's nails on YouTube live. So make sure you tune in, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe if you haven't already. Let me see this hand. That is not Hannah, y'all. That is her real tattoo. That was the day she decided she was never working for anyone ever again. And that's how it's been ever since.
Even in a pandemic.
Even in the pandemic. Hashtag employers, not employees. My little brother told me the last time I went to go see him that he's going to get my name tattooed on his face. And because he's crazy. I was like, brother, no. He's been telling me since November, no, since December, he's going to get a face tattoo. And I was like, please don't, brother. Like, you have such a pretty face. Like, leave your face alone. And he's like, no, I'm getting a face tattoo. So then recently, when I went to go see him, he was like, yeah, I'm going to get one right here, one right here, one right here. And then he pointed to the top of his eyebrow. And he was like, and I'm going to get your name right here. And the sad part is I just don't feel like he's lying at all. Like,
I was just so calling him Post Malone. Okay, Post Malone. Get that face tattoo.
something gonna look like a Chipotle bag.
The face tattoo I don't like is what's her face? Amber Rose.
She has a face
She
tattoo?
has a tattoo in the middle of her forehead. It
What?
does not look cute at all.
When did that happen?
It looks like, I don't know.
I haven't seen Amber Rose in so long.
It does not look good.
She put a tattoo in the middle of her forehead.
Yeah.
I guess if you're rich, you can do some dumb shit like that. Does it say slut? Sorry, it says slut or something.
I don't even remember what it said.
That's crazy.
I'm never gonna get a tattoo on my face.
But how do you sit there and just get a needle just poking through your face a million times?
Yeah, chest tattoos and face tattoos are not for me.
People are so thug life. I'm not about that life at all, guys. I do not have a single tattoo. And it's
Mikkie
not because
has commitment issues.
I have commitment issues, y'all. I know that next week I'm going to want something different. I'm going to be like, why did I get this shit? and then I'm gonna be acting stupid and embarrass myself at the tattoo parlor. So instead of me doing that, I'm just going to not ever get a tattoo. And people always ask me why I don't get my kids, but I feel like my kids are the tattoo. Like they literally are walking tattoos. I'm your mom no matter what. Like I don't have to write that shit down all over me. I write I write my name down on your fucking homework paperwork and stuff like that. I have to put you all over my body. Put a big ass music note and an ocean wave on my ear or something crazy like that. Yeah, no, I don't have good creative ideas that I'm comfortable with living with forever. That don't scare y'all? Where you just like, this is never coming off of me.
I think the best, most regrettable tattoo was um, Chris getting what was it, Rest in Peace Pearl on his arm.
What?
Yes, he got Rest in Peace Pearl because it was for his granny that passed away.
Oh my God. So
So
now his daughter's name is
his name
Pearl.
is yeah. So someone, I think it was, I think it was my cousin's husband. He contacted me. He was so pissed. He's like, that mother effer has Rest in Peace Pearl tattooed on his arm. And I was like, no, no, no. I mean, I don't like him either, but
Like, you're not wrong.
you're
Like,
not.
we
Yeah,
hate him. We're
yeah.
keeping this energy right here.
Keep the same energy, but also, but also, it wasn't for that. I'll have to give him credit that he did not. He
I
did
would
not
have
do
lied.
that.
I would have been like, what the fuck? Send me a picture. I'm headed there now. And then I really would show up like I never seen it before and like I didn't know the backstory.
Yeah.
Goals. I'm the perfect baby mama. Speaking of which, speaking of which, my co-parent my co-parent has contacted me all day yesterday and I have not replied to anything. I said something really, really nice and respectful and he went off of me. So I screenshot it all and sent it to his mom
You
because I'm
know,
petty. Because I'm 6'9". I felt like being 6'9" yesterday.
I feel like some guys just really just want to be treated like crap.
Sometimes I think that's what it is.
You know what?
Because they hate us nice bitches.
Yeah, no, I feel like Bill is one of those people. He's like, I only want you if you're gonna treat me like garbage, and also if you're married.
I only want you if you can't love me back. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm on some shop talk. I'm not even talking to y'all. I'm sorry, guys. Hey, welcome. Comment where you're watching from. Um, somebody said, okay, so maybe I can save my life. I don't know. If I can, I'm going to save it. But if I can't, y'all got to come back next time.
With all the shit I'm talking, I don't know if I want it saved. It's
We're
alright. It can go out into the
we're
universe.
going
It's
to
fine.
archive it. This one is going to be archived. This one's going to be added to our exclusive podcast releasing in 2021 called We Survived COVID,
Yeah.
but our baby daddies did not.
And it also was deemed as COVID for the deaths.
Our podcast is going to be called Our Baby Daddies Didn't Make It. Not enough room on the boat. The lost the ones.
You can post this only if you tag everybody that we talk shit about it in it. That's the only way I'm okay with it.
That's God right there. Okay, so sometimes I'll use a base coat. I'm actually not going to use a base coat. Instead, I'm going to show you how I use my hard gel as a base coat. You can use a regular base coat if you want to. It's up to you. Any brand will suffice. Um, I know it. I know brands lie and say that you have to use the same base coat, but that's not true. Sorry, brands. Me also being one of them. Like if I came out with a base coat, I'm just going to advertise that as a base coat, and I'm going to tell you it's the base coat that I use for X, Y, and Z. But I'm not going to tell you that you have to use the base coat with the product. The product unless you really have to. Now, if you use a different kind of product on top of the base coat and it's just going to start popping off, then I have to tell you guys that. And the good thing about it is you guys watch me on live. You watch me using the products. So you guys know when I'm talking mess and when I'm full blown lying about products. You guys would definitely know. So instead of doing a base coat with a regular gel base coat, I'm going to use a very thin layer of the hard gel. And you don't have to do it the way that I'm doing. I like to swirl it on using my brush. That way I can get as close to the cuticle area as possible. Um, but if you want, you can totally get away with just brushing it on, painting it on like polish. So I'm going to do these first three fingers. Let me know if I'm out of, I would, no, I'm telling y'all, let me know if I'm out of camera view, but I really can't see the comments. But I'm going to try my hardest to be in camera view. And I'm going to be flash curing her nails in between the coats. And that way, we're going to try our hardest to avoid heat spikes. But we've been growing her nails out for a while. And
I've also been a construction worker.
And
so
she's also been a construction worker for months now. It's been her COVID career she picked up. They said all of us should gain a new trade during this, and she has decided she wants to be Bob the Builder.
I'm never gonna be doing this shit ever again. I'm gonna make so much money that I'm never gonna have to do this shit again because
goals.
Yes, no, I cannot.
So here we are with that first coat of hard gel. No apex, no apex, no none of that. And she has a little bruise right there, y'all. I don't know what she did. She probably slammed a hammer into it. Who knows? I put that hand in.
But the nail lasted.
It did. It's still on and it's not broken.
Still on top.
So her hand's in and she already knows the deal. If it gets hot, she's going to pull it out. It's okay. So while that hand is flash curing, and you guys already saw me apply primer. Well, I think you guys did. Yeah, you guys already saw me apply primer. So I'm just going to go in our other hand. And I like to do this step all at one time, the base coat step. That way, I don't have to reapply primer. The primer's still fresh when I am applying the base coat. Now, some hard gel products do require a base coat, and some hard gel products do not. This specific one from ctones.com does not require a gel base coat, but there are other gels like Young Nail Synergy Gel that is best paired with a compatible base coat. Another hard gel that does not require a base coat is IBD hard gel. That was my absolute favorite hard gel before I switched to C-Tones. And also, Cuccio Natural has an awesome, well, they have a bunch of different uh, hard gels. They're different viscosity, so they move faster or slower. As you can see, this is self-leveling and it moves extremely slow, so it's really easy to work with and kind of get to move it around at your own discretion.
It's like epoxy.
It's just like epoxy. Y'all heard Bob the Builder, y'all. This is like epoxy.
At least I'm prepared for like home renovations.
Right? At least you're prepared to be somebody's husband.
Damn. I want a wife.
That's not the look I was going for. Okay, when I said I wore the pants around here.
We were talking about it yesterday or was it yesterday or the other day? The other day at the shop. Like, it's not a good life to have a husband. It's a good life to have a wife because wives do everything for you, and husbands have like the best lives.
And husbands sit around.
Yes.
We follow Allison Armstrong, y'all. She wrote written amazing books about like just understanding your male counterparts and understanding yourself as a woman and your own needs and desires so that you can relay that to your partner. But then her husband passed away shortly after I started following her, and I haven't followed her since. Go ahead, switch hands. No, you're good.
No, I love Allison.
Something popped up on my news feed, my Instagram, this morning of hers. It was, I think it's, I believe her Instagram is the Allison Armstrong, but if it's not, just Google Allison Armstrong and you'll find it. She wrote the Queen's Code. That's the book that I got from her. Um, I really really like what she has to say, and I love her humility just towards life as being a woman. Like she's never saying that she regrets it or that she doesn't like the shoes that she's in, but it's more so just embracing your own femininity and also embracing your male counterpart or just males in general. She really is about teaching that stop stop man bashing. This is something that we do literally every day. So we're working on it. It's been a couple years that we're in the process of working
I'm
on
just still working on it.
on work.
I got to the one part of Queen's Code. It's like you have to take this honor pledge that you're gonna stop talking shit about men, and I was like, and it's like if you cannot follow through with
You're not ready.
with this oath, then do not continue on with this book. So I put my bookmark there and put the book back on the shelf.
And
I
the
was
book's
like,
been there ever since.
I love everything you're saying, and I was like, I'm
Not ready.
to take that oath. I haven't met a man yet that's not worth
Talking
that.
shit about.
You know what? No, I can't say that. My dad's awesome, so
You know what?
our dad is awesome.
I think that's the problem. I think our white dad, is so awesome and has set the bar so high that we're just spoiled, and our expectations of the men of our generation are unrealistic, and unfortunately, they don't make them like our dad anymore. So we're just gonna sit here and just
No, I just don't understand.
we're gonna get more puppies and just buy big houses. That's what we're gonna do instead.
Oh my gosh, I have to tell you about yesterday with Pearl and her psychic visions. She brought up puppies. She's over here like rubbing her temples and like going, I see 5 puppies in her life. And I was like, 5? And then she said something about you. She was like, I see Mikkie successing, and I see Jenny getting sued.
And Mikkie did it.
I was rolling on the floor dying.
I knew that child was psychic. I already knew. That is a moon baby. She already knows what's going on.
She's like, I see Lillian living in a mansion. I was like, I also see Lillian living in a mansion.
We out of here. She got the horse stables all pictured out and everything.
Girl's like, I'm getting that damn farm. In Rolling Hills Estates.
Literally, I feel like this past month, I don't know why, I just been so adamant about if I want to move, I gotta have some type of horse stables. But I don't want no fucking horse, but the kids want a horse.
Have you seen the mini horses?
I couldn't do it.
Oh my
I'd be
gosh.
riding on that damn mini horse.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I saw this lady walking around the neighborhood with her 2 mini horses. Just like, only in RHE.
That is so bougie.
That is the whitest thing I've ever
Like,
seen in
look,
my life.
I don't have poodles, bitch. I got mini horses.
That's how she was walking them, like they were dogs. Like she had 2 dogs with her, but they were so cute.
The only mini horse I've ever seen is the one from Robin Big. They had a mini horse, and they used to, like, I wouldn't say terrorize it. They weren't terrorizing it, but it was like their third amigo, their little mini horse. And I think they had a little dog too, a little skateboarding dog.
They did.
Yeah.
No, girl wants a whole mini animal farm. She's like seeing mini cows. I'm like, stop looking at mini things on the internet.
As long as she gets some baby goats, we're there. Okay, guys, I was going to use this extendo form. Okay, I am going to use this extendo form. I'm going to take the extendo off. So the last couple fills that we've done, I have shortened her nails, not drastically. Nah, yeah, kind of like halfway. Because she is really busy and she really is being a Jesus carpenter right now. So we had to cut them a little bit shorter as to not cause damage because, as you
Just
guys know,
random.
if your clients want nails, they're going to get them damn nails, no matter what you say. If you say no, maybe you should stop getting nails until you're done. They're going to be like, all right, bitch, I'll see you when I'm done. But when you see them, they're going to come with a full set of nails on. So you want to make sure that you're just accommodating your client's lifestyle at the time so that you don't have to tell them no, you just accommodate. And right now, the answer is never no, you can't get your nails done. The answer is instead, okay, we'll just go a little bit shorter so you don't kill yourself.
So yeah, having no nails is like having like little Cabbage Patch hands. Like I don't want Cabbage Patch
If you don't
hands.
have nails, you're broke. You don't have nails, you are in poverty and just kidding, y'all. Just kidding for all of the people in poverty who got offended just now. So
No,
guys,
you know what? I feel like when you go on a date with a guy and they're like mesmerized by your nails, like I'm like, oh, like
you
that.
like basic
Yeah, that's
bitches.
exactly what I think. I'm so. I'm like, oh, you just
Oh,
revealed everything about yourself right now.
you just told me your type without
Yeah.
telling me your type.
It's not me.
Right. You can't afford to be.
No. Oh my god, did I tell you we hired that? Remember that millionaire I used to date, and I used to like sit. I was
You
like,
hired him?
oh my gosh, I hired.
Oh, well, no,
Oh
Lillian told me you hired somebody. I didn't know you hired
my
him.
gosh. Okay, so you remember the
Okay,
story?
put that
I
hand
hated
in.
this fool. Like I hated him from the first date, but he had such great business information that I like sat through every day with my list of questions on my phone. And
Goals.
he would buy me dinner, so free
Free
dinner.
food.
I just have to put up with his annoyingness and his cocky attitude.
Since he's got money.
Yeah,
Is he
whatever.
white?
He's white. He's Italian.
Oh.
But
So,
he's like New York. Like I was raised in like extreme wealth. Rich.
oh, like
So
Manhattan type deal?
yeah, it's like it's already expected that you're gonna be wealthy because your family's wealthy.
He has a family crest.
Yeah, some shit like that. He's like the most metrosexual guy I've ever like dated, and I was like, I did not want to date him.
Was he from San Diego? I feel like no,
No,
that was somebody
he
else.
moved over here. I think in high school or something.
From Italy?
No,
Oh, New
from New
York.
York.
Got it.
Um, I don't know what the whole situation was with that, but yeah, he was so annoying. But he was giving me such great business information to the point where like he's so annoying that I couldn't.
It's worth it.
I mean, it was worth it until like I think it was like date number 5, and I was like, okay, I'm over this. This guy is
Got what I wanted.
yeah, horrifyingly obnoxious. I was like, I guess I won't ask him questions about Amazon. Um, but uh, but yeah, so because he owns a web development firm, and
Mmm.
so we're already like upgrading our whole like marketing thing and like paying people to do our marketing campaign for our academy, and then I was like, okay, well, I need a better website because I built our website. I mean, not that it's like a terrible website, but it's definitely not created by a web developer that knows what the hell they're doing.
You want it to be like real top notch, high class, number one investment
Yes, I
website.
want it to like look like the expensive studio that we're, like I want everything to look high end.
Like you put the investment into it.
Yes, that's the type of clientele I want to attract, so that's the type of money that I'm putting into it. So I hired his firm, meaning him. So he's just contacting Lillian and I like, hey, how are you doing? Like he like purposely tries to contact me first. I'm like, please leave me alone. Just do the work.
But it's a good connection. You made a good connection out of the deal.
I already knew exactly who to contact when I wanted to get my website done. So
You just have to mentally prepare yourself for it.
exactly, I was like, how bad do I want this? I'm like sitting in the car like negotiating with myself about, okay, you know that he's gonna do the work, and you know that that you can kill him if he doesn't do it right. You know where he lives. So So he came by the new shop, um, and when he was telling us like his whole spiel and all the all the stuff that we can do, he can basically do anything that like he's a nerd. He can basically do anything we can possibly imagine. There's no limit.
Got it.
So, and he has to have like a positive ROI and investment. So like every dollar we spend has to make at least $5 for us, because he does like the whole like Google Analytics and advertising for like the products and stuff like that.
Got it.
So, so when we were all done, he's like, can you give me a tour? I'm like, I don't want to give you a tour. Get the fuck out.
Do you want your lashes done?
So I was like, whatever. I was like, everything's under construction, so I gave him the quick tour, and then my dad, and I told him, I was like, yeah, so if I don't see a positive ROI on my investment, I was like, my dad over here, and I looked at my dad, and my dad
This
looked up.
Italian guy.
Yeah, I was like, my dad's gonna murder you and bury you in the desert. And then my dad just like glared at him and then looked back down and then started sawing with his miter saw. It was so great.
And also NWA was playing in the background.
That's how my dad gets down, so it was so great.
Perfect timing.
Yes. I was like, okay, now I feel better about like having reached out, and it was funny because when I initially reached out, I was like, I don't want to call him or text him, so I messaged him on his website.
You're so corny.
And, like within a minute, he was like, "I'll call you." So then he tries to call my phone, and then he messages me back, "Am I blocked?" I didn't.
What if he's been like messaging you for months?
Oh my god! He said. He's like, I was thinking about you recently, and I tried to Google search you. I was like, I don't think you tell people that, dude.
Awkward. Especially when you're a website developer. Like, a Google search for him is like full-blown coding, and he could pull up your entire history.
I Google searched. So after that, I was like, I wonder what comes up when you Google search me, because I've never Google searched myself before. I've never been that vain enough to do that. So I was like, okay. So then I Google searched myself, and this kid that I used to work with at a summer camp, like, I must have been like 17 or 16, and he was like 13 years old at the summer camp. And
sorry, guys.
He was, he's autistic, and, but he always used to call me Drea Lee. He would...
You just added some extra letters at the end?
Yeah, so Drea Lee is my name, according to him. So when I Google searched myself, he had tagged me in something on YouTube, on some like random like Korean techno music, and it said, it was my name was tagged in there, and then it said Drea Lee drives on 91 freeway. And I was like, it has to be Hansu.
You're like, yeah. This is what Google has made of my life.
Yes. It's so funny because he's literally tried to reach me on like every media platform, Yelp, Etsy, Sugar Bunny Lashes. He'll contact us. He's like, Drea Lee, do you remember me and my brothers? And I feel so bad because I'm gonna be like, hey Hansu, like, I hope you're doing well.
And that's it.
Yeah, but like I can't like sit here because then it'll just go on forever. And
yeah.
I'm like, I have a life. Sorry.
And you'll let it go forever too.
I know.
You will not know how to say, okay, I gotta go.
Yeah, Facebook, YouTube, everything. He's like contacting me on everything.
Switch.
So if somebody can't ever.
That's how persistent I want my husband to be.
If somebody says they can't get a hold of you, or like they didn't know how to reach out, they're lying.
Or they didn't have a phone for a couple days, or
no,
yeah, it's 2020. StopThatShit.com.
Yeah, no. I was like, I don't even know how old Hansu is, because he must be like what, 3 or 4 years younger than me. No, and he's special needs. Like if someone like that can figure out how to do all this stuff, there's no reason that someone can't figure out how to contact you. Period. He used to call Lisa Tails. Like, that was and then he goes like, Drea Lee defeats Dr. Robotnik. I was like, sweet. I was like, why is my name not like Drea Sonic? Why is it Drea Lee? And why is Lisa Tails?
All of my old friends only miss me when I go viral. I put that on Facebook, and I was not talking about you guys. I was talking about like, okay, so my moderators were like, "We've been missing you. I know you guys miss me. I know I'm always missing action." Go ahead, switch. I love you guys. I miss you too. But like people that were like really in my life every day literally have not talked to me in years, and then boom, a video goes viral, and Mikkie, I miss you so much. How are you doing? It's been disgusting. It's been really ugly. So what I do is now I just act like I don't know anybody at all, or I don't remember, because a lot of these people like at one point I purged my page of people like I just didn't talk to anymore. So like a lot of these people have been like deleted for years, and they haven't thought about me for years, and then now they're like, oh shit, I know that girl, and then they go to my page, and then I'm not there no more. It's crazy. It's been bad. I feel like this entire year has been a retrograde outside of the retrograde. The retrograde was the only normal peaceful time I had in my life.
I thought another
And it
retrograde was
sucked.
going on. I'm like, why do all these people I don't want back in my life coming back into my life?
It's been crazy. 2020 is go ahead, switch.
But also, I can keep them at a distance because
2020
I
is
have
ghetto as
power.
fuck.
Truly.
This is 2020 is the projects. I will say that for the rest of my life.
No, but anyone that really knows you, if they don't get a text back for a week, it's not anything. It's like Mikkie is that boyfriend that doesn't really like you, and you keep pushing yourself onto them.
I'm the
But
boyfriend that says that they don't have a phone
Yes.
and literally just keeps my phone in my whole bag all day. No, you know what?
But then also tells you that they love you to keep you like hanging on.
Yeah, to keep you continuing to text and call. I think my biggest problem is that one, I don't like notifications. I feel like notifications give me anxiety. Let's
Me
switch.
too.
But I try to keep my phone like on silent, or like I don't really want to. I like to be unreachable, because also, unfortunately, I'm one of those people that gets in like a work mood, and then I can't get out of the work mood. And if I do get out of the work mood, it's gonna take me like a couple hours to get back into the work mood. Like I'm not a regular person that could take a 30-hour break. My 30-minute break. My 30-minute break turns into I'm not coming back to work every single time. I'm just,
You lose focus.
yeah, and this is not a bad thing, but I really truly believe I am a low vibrational being by nature. So it takes a lot out of me to do any kind of anything. I'm just really, I'm like a sloth. I really think I'm a sloth.
No. You're not low vibes at all.
I feel like it just takes a lot out of me to do anything.
You're high. You have to be high vibes because you attract really good people, and then you attract like the moths that are like attracted to the flame.
Those people suck.
I know.
Those people
Low
are trash.
vibes. No, because it's like you go through waves.
Maybe I keep myself low vibrational on purpose so that I don't have to push out too much. I don't have to exert too much energy. Naturally, I do. Like, I just purge out energy. And then
It's called cutting off toxic people.
it takes 2 years for me to start talking again.
No, I don't. Once you're cut, that's it. You're done. It's like I severed a limb or something. And I'm happy that I severed the limb, so.
My cutoff game so strong. You'll be asking your family if I really existed.
Yep, that's me. I think I have two pictures of me with giant pairs of scissors talking about how good my cutoff game is.
At this point, I'm sponsored.
I'm sponsored by Fiskars.
Endorsements.
Come at me.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna move my hard gel into the camera because you guys don't even see me picking this up. I'm sorry. I still got more to do though, guys. Fret not.
It's still not in the camera from what I can see over here. There you go.
What? Oh, okay.
Okay. Never mind. It's the
My
light.
it's lagging, y'all. Lillian just texted me. Lillian, I love you, but I can't
Lillian just
even.
texted me too.
Oh, it was in
It's,
the group
it's our
chat.
group chat.
I hope the picture quality is good. Once I'm done, I'm gonna later on watch the live and just see how I can improve or if I need to. And go from there, y'all, because Facebook doesn't love me anymore. I got switch. Facebook said, F me and all that BS I'm talking about. And if you want to leave, you go. I'm one of those girlfriends that's like, I'm leaving. But I also want you to run after me. And if you. So hopefully me and Facebook get it together. Facebook's like that one pimp, you know, that.
Facebook is a side hoe. Don't ever give Facebook that much credit.
Facebook's like, take the post down. We'll think about it. I'm the girlfriend that throws your phone at the wall and then immediately goes and buys you a new one. So let's see if this works.
I'm not. I'm the one that throws your Xbox against the wall, and then your mom has to tell me that I have to buy you a new one. Or get yours fixed.
I'm going to give your Xbox a bath.
Like, why is your mother telling me to, telling me to fix your Xbox?
Goals. I want to be so upset that I meticulously like take an Xbox apart like piece by piece and just separate all of the pieces and make it look like a really nice computer game on the counter and then leave a note that says like, I don't know, something super savage. But also make sure I have a restraining order because niggas don't play about their Xboxes.
Oh, no.
Nor their moms, apparently.
No. It's like the highest form of enabling. Like, yeah, no. I don't have the time. I'm already, like, once I'm already, like, that level of angry, it's like, it takes a lot for me to get angry. And then it takes even more for me to get so angry that I pick up something and throw it against the wall. You know how I am. I'm not.
That's extremely angry.
Yeah, like
I can't even imagine that.
I have to be like so done. It's like affecting, my child or something, which it was, my unborn child.
I'm a bad girlfriend, and I know I just like breaking shit for fun, so I just stay away from relationships so that I don't have to break anybody's personal belongings because it's going to happen. I think that's a part of my disclaimer when you sign my intake form. on black people on Black People Meet, they have a whole intake. They have an intake form and a deposit form and an electronic signature that I'm going to trash your entire life if you play with me. So game on. Okay, go ahead, switch.
I have a no wasting my time fee.
Oh yeah, you charge a what do we call it? Damn it.
It's a deposit that I can give back to you if you don't waste my time.
No, then it's never a refundable deposit. It's like meter time.
And this is why I couldn't finish the oath.
And this is why the book has never been opened again.
It's literally still sitting on my bookshelf. I was like, I don't know why I'm taking that oath so seriously and not finishing, like, reading the book, but I really trust
I
Allison's
really
process.
like I know that everything that she's saying is true. So since she's saying that I'm not ready, I am not ready.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready to
The
give it
book is
up yet.
pretty though. Like it's not an ugly book to have on the shelf, y'all. It's really pretty. It's called The Queen's Code. Oh, the cool thing about her books too is if you order them from this website or whatever, and they print it right after you order it. So they like print the books to order. Well, that's how it used to be at least when I bought the book. But I thought that was cool. So that way you don't have to print out a million books that only 12 people are gonna buy and switch. I want to move the camera a little bit closer. Actually going to show you guys the side. So her pinky, this is where her apex is. On this nail, I want her apex to be about right here. And it's there, but I'm just going to put a little bit more hard gel and bring it all the way down to just put a little bit more thickness into the nail. This one does not have an apex at all, so we're going to start right here at this highest point and build the apex right here. Same for this nail. Same for this nail. I'm going to place her apex in this area and add a little bit more reinforcement to where that bruise is. But before that, I'm going to finish her thumb. So I'm not using any clippers or anything to shorten it or change it. And leave it how it is. And I'm just going to place the form. Now her nail bed on her thumbs cave in. They kind of dip in. So it is important that I put the this base coat down. That way it gives me a little bit of a more stable structure to build the rest of the nail on. I'm gonna pinch the form. Oh, and actually this form can come off. This form can come off pretty much after the first layer. But out of habit, me always using forms with acrylic, I naturally keep them on, thinking they need to stay on until they're done drying.
My dad just sent me a picture of Pearl being a construction worker. He has her working out there too.
She's Bob the Builder in it. She needs the little Bob the Builder workstation attached to the wall.
I agree.
Our kids are gonna know so much about business, like starting one. I think a lot of people see so many people running a business, but they don't see a lot of people actually starting it and seeing how difficult it is in the beginning and how large the investment is and just the time and effort and the frustration that goes into just getting it off of the ground. A lot of times people just see our finished results and then expect that
They're gonna have the same results.
pretty much like they can duplicate it or that it's easy.
See, like the whole duplicating thing or trying to copy someone else's whatever they got going on. It's never gonna benefit you. It's never gonna go how you want it to go.
It's
Because
never
it's
going to
not
be
being
your
authentic.
baby.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like really lucky to watch my dad, start his business. I mean, he didn't really want to grow it big, so, but he's taught me like a lot of the stuff that I know.
As far as starting up and getting
Mm-hmm.
things together. And the sacrifice it takes, gotta put the hand in. A lot
No,
of
of
people don't
course.
see the sacrifice. All the time you spend away from your family, your kids, um, me time in general.
That's what I don't feel like I get enough of. Is like that. It's time to myself.
Because we feel guilty when we take it.
But
sometimes time off isn't, it's not that sometimes, most of the time, honestly, time off is not fun because it seems like there's always something to do. So even though it's time off, there's still something that you could be doing to contribute to your business, or like, or even to make your home life a little bit more simpler. So um because of that, like, real, true, genuine me time is far and few between. And when you do have it, it's not that enjoyable because you feel like when you get back to what you're going to do, you're going to be behind.
yes,
And then it's like, but you spend every single day working so that you're not behind. So then to take a two day, 3 day hiatus, it's like, what the hell was the point of me busting my ass like a slave if I'm going to be behind anyway? But I feel like the kind of women that we are, and as busy as we are and as serious as we are, is about building empires. I personally feel like me time is not going to feel good until we've accomplished those goals that we're sacrificing that me time for.
it's true. But sometimes at me time is just like, Pearl, stop talking in the car so I can listen to my audiobook. She's like, no, I want to play Roblox and I need to hear the music in the background. I'm like, shut up. I just want to listen to my audiobook.
Seriously. In this era, too, y'all, like, we have zero escape from our children. It's definitely, I've been saying it. I feel like I've said this more than anything this entire time, is that we are walking into a new norm and that we have no clue what it's going to be. We have just kind of sitting there in darkness. My goal for this summer has been making our house as comfortable as possible so that if this were to happen again or to get worse, I'm okay being at home. Like, being at home, I think, is one of the hardest things as American people for us to do. We're not wired to be homebodies. We're just fast moving people, fast paced people. So
Yeah, but when you are home, it should be your like sanctuary.
this
Like I
is true.
feel
You should
like
be very comfortable there.
a lot of people don't put enough into their living environment to make sure that they're at peace when they get home.
True. Very true.
The best thing I ever did was hire a cleaning lady. I was like, I do not want to spend all weekend cleaning my house.
I
So
got other shit to do.
yeah, I got other shit to do that's well worth my
I
time
didn't
rather
put
than
that one in.
the $120 I'm going to spend with a cleaning lady. And
It's worth it.
and she does it perfectly in 4 hours or 3 hours or whatever, and then I come home to a clean house. Nothing beats coming to home to a clean house that you did not clean yourself. Nothing. There's like no. Every time I'm like, do I really want to keep spending this money on the cleaning lady? And I'm like, and then I come home after she cleaned the house, and I'm like, yep, I do.
Well spent.
Yes, best peace of mind ever.
We were talking earlier about how my great great aunt went off on me about when I was buying food. I was asking her which brand to get, and she's like, the number one thing that you have to do is survive. So if you have to spend your last on your food to survive, then do that. Like, don't deny yourself the meal that you want, the food that you want. Like, you're going to get that back. If you don't have it right now, you're going to get it back. So make sure that you don't have in your mind a budget when it comes to survival. When it comes to partying, sneaky links and all that good stuff, like, yeah, have a budget, or make sure your dinner's always free, or whatever the case may be. But when it comes to, like, your peace of mind, your home, your haven, your food, your hobby, your therapy, make sure that you're, I'm not gonna say paying top dollar, because top dollar is out of it's
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 different.
based on your perspective. but it shouldn't be about what you can afford. It should be about what's best for you. And if it's what's truly best for you, the universe will make sure that you have what you need to afford it.
Yes.
Everything that I've ever like built that lasted, I feel like I jumped into it. And that goes back to what we were saying earlier about.
It's
I keep
true.
saying that what we were saying earlier, y'all, because we were having a whole conversation before we got online. But uh, damn, I'm sorry, I got lost. But basically, we were talking about. Damn, y'all, I got lost. I'm trying to, cause that was a really good point, and I'm trying to get back there. So give me a second.
We're talking about jumping into things. We're talking about
Jumping into things. There we go.
like
So,
creating things beyond what your reality
and
is.
growing into it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. My mentor, he gets on my nerves, but something that he says to me, and he makes sure that like I remember, like he makes me repeat it back to him, is he says, I'm not where you're at, and I'm not coming down there. So what I want to do is I'm going to cut your head off, and I'm going to hold it 2 feet above you, and I'm going to make you grow into it. Because every time I see him, he's like, why haven't you done this? And why haven't you done that? Because he throws these big, huge ideas at me about my business in the nail industry, with him also being in the nail industry. So he's already been here and done that. So he's trying to kind of show me modern ways to accomplish the success that he accomplished 40 years ago. And he's letting me know every time he sees me that, like, where you are, that's great. Like, I'm not knocking where you are. That's amazing that you got there, but that's not where you're stopping. So basically, it's like, don't come in my office complacent. Come in my office ready to be made to feel uncomfortable and ready to be pushed beyond your limits so that you can be what I'm trying to grow you into being, nurture you and mold you into being. You can't be that with the mindset and on the level that you're on right now. It's not possible. And I'm not taking my ass down there to get down there with you and explain it on your terms. So you're either going to come up here with me and do what I need you to do, or you're going to stay down there. You're going to continue to be mediocre. Like, you think you're amazing right now, and what you have accomplished is amazing, but compared to what you can accomplish, it's mediocre. So right now, you're not doing enough.
It's all about potential.
All about potential. Make sure that you're doing enough so that you can have a bigger, you can manifest a bigger vision than what you already have going on and what you already have in mind. So, got to be uncomfortable. It takes being uncomfortable to really, really grow. Growing pains are just that. They're growing pains. You have to go through them.
Yeah, like recently I was like, okay, I'm gonna start doing something that makes me uncomfortable every single day. I'm gonna do something that, like that's. So I have to do at least one thing
That's
that's
what.
gonna make me really uncomfortable. And that way I can get outside of my little comfort zone.
And grow.
Because even though like I've gotten to the point that I'm at, I still like okay, I'm not where I want to be. So what's gonna get me to that next level, and what's preventing me from doing that, and I okay. So I look at all the things, and then I'm like, okay, well, I didn't do this because, and then I put like an obstacle or a block on it because it makes like when you get down to the bottom of it, it's because I'm uncomfortable doing it, like hiring an attorney to finish off my divorce. And I've contacted, several attorneys, and this has been dragging out for what, almost 5 years now.
Years since before I've known you.
So it's just been going on forever. So now I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna reach out to one of my clients as an attorney and see if she can refer me someone, because I've contacted, I feel like, so many different attorneys, and they're like, I don't work at Torrance, I don't deal with the Torrance courthouse, or they're like, I don't want to take this on because you're already almost done with it, and it's like, I need legal help to finish up these documents. I've done all this work already, and I just need to like make sure everything's complete, everything is properly, filled out, because that's the part that I'm messing up on, and then it just keeps getting returned to me. And it's,
Doing it correctly,
yes.
right?
And then I had that experience with that one attorney that was like sexually
I
harassing
remember
me and
that
threatening
one.
me and
Yep.
saying if I didn't date him that he was going to ruin my case for me. So I was like, okay, so then I reached out to my client the other day, and she was like, I don't know any good family law attorneys, especially in this area.
Oh,
She's like, they're all pretty shitty, and I was like, of course I'm like, damn it, like, it's like my worst fears coming to
another
life.
roadblock,
And
yeah.
she's like, why don't you send me over your divorce documents, and I'll look them over for you and see what you're missing, what's incomplete.
I'll be a goddamn family attorney for you.
Yes, I was like, oh
Pick
my
up the
gosh, and I
pen.
don't know why that idea never came into my head because she's been a client of mine for years.
Hmm.
But I think it's just because she doesn't do that type of law. That's why I didn't.
So it didn't immediately
Yeah,
register
it
in your
didn't
mind
dawn
that
on
she could
me.
help
Like,
you.
yeah, because
A
her and
lawyer's a lawyer.
yeah, her husband and her are both attorneys, and I was like, okay, well they may know someone, and they like both don't know a good family law attorney, so that tells you a lot about what I've been going through. So it
Right.
kind of validated that
Yeah.
point. But then she's like, I'll look it over for you, and I was like, she's one of my best clients. She's literally like my best client. She's super sweet. She, she gets the mega volume set. She tips me super well. Like she's great person to have conversations with. She'll give you her advice or her expertise on stuff. And she's not like okay, well, you're gonna have to consult with me as your attorney then. Like she's just like if you need help with the whole landlord situation, just contact me.
Right.
So she's a great client. So I was like, I don't know why I didn't think to contact her first. So that's being taken care of now. But I would have never done it if I didn't make the decision to like, okay, I'm gonna force myself to be uncomfortable
Hmm.
every day.
And put yourself in a space where you can kind of only get out of if you figure out how to wiggle your way through.
Mm-hmm. Because I already know the balls in my court as far
Okay,
as
go ahead
like
and switch.
getting everything handled. Like it's already like it's in default. So I shouldn't be afraid of like the whole process. But I think there's just been so many emotional aspects to it. That's why I become afraid, and then I stop doing or stop working towards it.
Like avoiding it.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. It's almost over. I mean, you've had lawyers tell you yourself, like, you know what, this is not even worth me putting my time into it because I'm not going to be compensated because it's not that much time left. So look at it like that. Like, you know what? People don't want to deal with me because this shit is almost over. So let me just trudge through this last couple, whatever I got to go through. But no matter what, from what I've witnessed being your friend during this time, is that although you're avoiding it, every time that you and I come into contact, it's not so much of me hearing about you and avoiding it, it's about me hearing you thinking of a different way to go about it. And sometimes you just kind of marinate in that thought process for longer than you feel comfortable with. But for us, it's like, okay, like we get it. We understand where you're at. Because based on when I met you, what, 3 years ago to now, it's like in my mind, I automatically think like, oh, it's already over. Like we've kind of like phased out of that time where we're like, you know what, we about to show up at his house. Like we've kind of phased out of that compared to where we were, or where you have been. So there's a positive to every negative, and maybe you're getting closer and closer and closer to like hitting that finish line, and that's why you're getting hit with the different, trying to find a word for it, like different, just, I guess, your life just being disrupted and interrupted. Like I feel like,
it's like everything coming at once. It's
yeah, because it's almost over. Some Lillian tells me, our friend Lillian, she's not on the live because she's not on YouTube. We're gonna bring her to YouTube, y'all. But but um
trying to get Lily more comfortable with being on camera, taking her out of her comfort zone too.
I we're all kind of working on turning our businesses into being something that is like economy proof. And although we people
Absolutely.
kind of already look at our business as economy proof because it's the beauty business, which I feel like it's an economy proof business because no matter what, like ain't nobody walking around looking ugly. Like you either gonna be broke or you gonna be ugly, but you're not gonna do both. You're gonna spend your last on looking better, or you're just gonna be walking around looking like trash and got all the money in your pocket. And who does that? Nobody does that. No woman has ever done that.
Nope.
So I do feel like we're in a recession proof business. However, realistically, are we? Because now we've been thrust into an era where our businesses are
I feel
um,
like being targeted.
we're most affected. Definitely, well, not say that. I'm not gonna go that far because that's me talking out of like a little tiny scope. Like my world is the only world that exists. So no, I'm not gonna say that we're most affected. That's a very biased opinion because that's just how I feel. But
Okay, so think about it like this: they want us to do services outside.
yes, under people are really y'all underneath tents, guys,
Okay,
in
what?
parking
Where do
lots.
you think that that's acceptable? It's acceptable with barbers. It's acceptable to be outside. Like men don't
Got it.
care.
It's easy for them. Like they could just pick up a pair of clippers and then go outside and. That's true. That's very true.
So that's why I'm like, okay, and then they're not even taking the whole like sanitation thing into consideration at all. I was like, I love how the board is like so, you know, ham on like sanitation and blah blah blah, and then as soon as like, okay, well, you can do it outside then.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, so you want me to do it in this janky parking lot? Like, I don't.
Do you want me to be under the trees with the bugs?
Uh, no, our clients don't want to be outside.
But who wants to be outside? Like, I never thought about that. The way I kind of think of like old school in the South, thinking of barbers or men getting their like faces shaved right on the porch because it's something that is very portable and it's a service that's portable. Like there's a lot of at-home barbers that are just taking their shit to you and it's not a lot of shit to carry or anything. But then you think about a nail tech or a lash artist. A lash artist has to bring a whole fucking table. A nail tech has to bring our drill, our lamps. Those two things alone are heavy and big. But you think about a male, a barber, who only has to grab his set of clippers and like a brush or two and some, that disinfectant spray or whatever to clean his clippers while he's working. That's really not much of to have anything in tow. So no, I definitely did not think about that. But also, as COVID has been going on, you have definitely pointed out to me that the politicians, the men that are on the news every day during this entire COVID thing, they've all been properly groomed for. They've all had their haircuts that they needed, their faces shaved.
Yeah, but then the board is over here saying like if you're doing services during COVID, you're going to get your license
Hmm.
revoked, or you're gonna get these ridiculous fines. And it's like,
That
well,
don't
no,
apply to these higher ups
yeah, it doesn't,
service
yeah.
providers.
Okay, I want to know who's cutting your hair, Mayor Garcetti. I was mad. I was so mad with that whole thing. And I was like, he's been cutting your hair this whole time on his Instagram. And I was like, comment. And some girl goes, you don't know. He could be getting clippers from Walmart and doing it himself. I'm like, okay. Like, you could, she's like, I just wanted to be like that meme of SpongeBob. Like, okay. Like, he could have got it at Walmart and did it himself. Like, you sound so stupid right
Mayor
now.
Garcetti is cutting his own hair with Walmart clippers.
I was like, okay, I'm deleting this comment. I'm done with idiots for today.
Tell our viewers about your social media purge.
My social media purge.
Yeah, because you've been off social media a lot like lately. And how is, I'm not going to say how is it going, but what are what are you seeing different in life now, or your focus now, than before you actually went on your little social media hiatus?
I
Would you
know.
do it again? Are you okay back in Facebook land? Are you ready to go back off the grid?
I noticed that I don't go on it as much anymore.
You've broken the habit?
Yeah, like I don't, and then I see now like how negative people are. Like before, I'd be like, yeah, like you're right. You know, that person is trash. Like or like yeah, like screw them. Like just and then but I noticed like those people that always say that stuff are always they're still like though they're still negative. It's like every little thing in their life is something that there's always something wrong
They're
or like
complaining about
complaining
something.
about something. It's like, okay, what is complaining on Facebook gonna do? It's gonna do nothing. You need to go out there and make changes if you want to see changes. If you're not willing to do that, then stop complaining. Complaining is you're kind of feeding yourself that negative.
Pity party, kind
Yeah.
of.
And I know, like, we joke and talk shit and stuff, and, like, it's really about stuff I don't care about anymore. That's why I'm taking so lightly now. But, yeah, I've noticed that I go on it less and less. um, I refocus my time elsewhere. Like, I seem to have more time to, um, well, obviously, to work on the new shop, and, I haven't been posting anything about the new shop because I don't need anyone finding out any information and trying to ruin what we have going on there.
You're putting their energy on it.
Yeah, I don't want anyone's bad juju on it. I just kind of want to put all my energy into it and not other people interfering with it. So if they can't ruin something they don't know about.
This is true. They can't hit what they can't see.
Exactly. So it's like it's just gonna be like one of those things that's like, wait, she did what now? It just popped up out of nowhere. Like, no, it took a lot of work, but
Right. It's been here.
yeah,
We've been doing this shit.
Yeah, we weren't like on social media like, hey, look at what we're doing. Um, but I've also with the social media for the business, I kind of just delegated it elsewhere to other people because I'm like I don't have the capacity or the time to wear so many hats, and social media being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love posting pictures of Pearl and like the things that we do and like the little adventures that we have, but I didn't post anything pretty much all summer. And what I did was I took some of like our favorite pictures and I did a post like, because Pearl said, and the only thing that prompted me to post anything was because Pearl said she had the worst summer ever.
Oh.
And I was like, you did? But it's because she didn't want to go back to school. And she didn't want to go back to school online, which I completely understand. And I'm also done with already after 2 weeks of being online. Um, so I just posted our favorite pictures from summer, and then I put worst summer ever, Pearl.
This is what a terrible summer looks like.
Yeah, this is what
She's all on a surfboard.
yeah, she's like literally living her best life in a pool with a freaking slide in the backyard. And what is it? A slide? It's like a built-in rock slide.
Oh, kind of like a little fountain.
Yeah,
And
a water with the water. It's like a
got
water
it. And
bowl
it leads
slide.
into the pool.
And
That's
so she went over to
cool.
my nana's house, and they have that in the backyard. And I was like, yeah, worst life ever.
Sheesh Louise. Sucks that we can't afford stuff like this. I was watching Twilight, and the mom made a quilt of all of their concert T-shirts, and I thought of you, because that is totally some shit you would do. Is grab all the concert T-shirts you take Pearl to, and turn it into a blanket.
I like how I'm at 1% and everyone's texting me right now.
I'm not charging you. I'm not charging.
You're like, I'm at Mickey's.
Sorry, I'm unavailable. I'm being bougie right now.
This is also my me time. I'm like so happy I'm getting my nails done right now.
I know it's been we try to coordinate our hardest to be on the same schedule. We just have our moments where we're not. But it's not because we just suck at scheduling. It's just that we both have so much going on and are both moving into different aspects and different points in our journey, our business journeys. So it's been kind of like we feel the I love you energy, but we definitely used to be around each other a lot more.
But there's no like hard feelings or like I
Mm-mm.
can't stand friends like that. I've had friends like that, and it's just like, oh, you don't like me or care about me anymore. And it's like no, and then you're still stuck in the same spot. Like I don't under, I'm not gonna carry anybody.
We literally don't even care. Like we know that okay, I'm gonna see you when I see you, and I know I'm gonna see you. Like it's not gonna be like we live in different states. We're literally all 2 doors away from each other, but we go weeks with we go weeks without seeing each other because we're always on the go, on the move.
No, I'll see Mickey walking by the studio, and she's in her Tupac shirt. She's like, hey.
Hi, family. It's very rare that I walk past the studio and the door is open. So when it is, I'd be like, oh, look, a person, a person I know, a person in the building that I actually like.
Right? Have you seen the guy that's across from you?
The black one?
Hey, I'm not crazy. Are they in?
Across from
I
me?
printed a whole bunch of them.
Okay, but there's only
Okay, just use that one. Because
Okay.
I already printed a whole bunch
this
of them.
has,
Not that
that-
one.
but this is all I need. This is so that's what I'm saying. Do you want me to just do it on
She
the phone?
doesn't have the...
She did. She did this. She did the COVID waiver.
Okay.
But when she went to book, after she filled out the COVID waiver, Ashley booked. So it kicked her back and didn't let this girl book. So she needs to fill out this stuff.
Okay, just have her fill out this one.
This one, and just rip off this first paper.
No, just cross. So
Just cross this off.
this out, and then we'll enter it manually into the
Okay.
into the computer.
But have Savannah do it. The girl do it, not mom, right?
Yeah. Well, she
But have mom sign.
have mom sign at the bottom. So
Okay.
we have it.
Physically sign.
Yes, physically sign it.
Perfect.
We're
That
not-
was why I was just wanting to make a physical copy of it.
Yeah.
Because it's mom.
Yeah. Nope,
So-
that's fine.
Okay, I just want to make sure. And then I want to make sure that I wasn't crazy because they're not in here either.
No. So I have multiples of the other one.
The COVID one.
The
Okay.
yeah.
I'm not crazy.
Yeah. No, that one's fine.
What are you doing today?
I don't even know. I think I'm gonna do jelly polish, jelly and some foil flakes. I don't think I've done jelly pop. Yeah, we're doing some jelly.
I loved that one you did the last time.
The purple.
No, it was a pink glitter, but then when it glowed in the dark, it was like blue.
Oh yeah.
And when it was transitioning like between like light and like dark, it was like the tips were like
They were
glowing
still
blue.
kind of blue,
Yeah,
but
it
the
was,
color's
it was like
pink.
little twin
I'm
stars.
going before I get jealous.
Okay.
Love you too. If you guys, for those of you watching, if you guys got the box of the month, the August box of the month came with 4 brand new, never before seen glow colors that are not available anywhere else. So the purple that I had on, the pink that I had on her nails before this set, it was from that August box of the month. The reason why you guys haven't seen the video of me completing that set and showing you guys that brand new glow color is because I have refused to post anything on Facebook unless I know that I will be the one being paid for it. So I have just content just piling up and sitting in my phone or whatever, because I've been afraid to post it on Facebook, but I will be posting it from now on YouTube until me and Facebook get it together. And if me and Facebook do not get it together, then I do hope that you guys are with me on my new YouTube journey. I'm gonna
Trying to
try
make YouTube money.
trying to make YouTube money, y'all. So trying to just kind of
She's gonna pull up in that Nipsey Blue, Tesla.
that part. No keys. So yeah, I just want to change. I don't want to change platforms. Like this is definitely it's not what I want to do, but
Sometimes the universe does stuff.
yeah, that's true. Like I don't want to do it, but like if this is what I have to do and it's going to lead to something better for myself, then yeah. Oh, I was talking earlier about I was like our friend Lillian says that a lot of times when there's an energy attacking you or someone's energy is attacking you, a lot of times when the energy understands that it's getting weaker or is weak or is about to die or is losing its power, it just throws a complete temper tantrum and then it's gone. So a lot of times when there's just a bunch of just shit going on, um i know that um I know that something big is coming, and I do know that the enemy oftentimes, all the time, enjoys destroying the things that I have built for myself or that I am building for myself. But I do know that there have been, I'm not going to say there have been, but every single time that I was building something and it was completely destroyed and I was distraught about it, it was always replaced with something better and something that I couldn't even imagine. I wouldn't have even been able to imagine with the mind state that I was in. So, yeah, they always say what it's darkest before the dawn, and that is true. So, you will be you will be attacked if you got jewels in your house. If you got an empty ass house, then nobody's coming for you. Nobody cares. They're gonna skip past your house like it's nothing.
True though. I'm over here trying to take something down because everyone's harassing me about loans. Like, where's our lease contract?
I see.
Yes, it's definitely true though. Like, I really didn't have people like freaking coming for me when I was doing nothing. Like when I was, not doing nothing. I've never not been doing nothing.
I feel like when you're at your lowest, you have the most friends.
Yes.
That's when you have the most people around you because people love to see you low or love to see you on the same position as them. And then it's like as soon as you kind of start to progress, those people start acting different, acting funny. And I know that's crazy. Y'all, so I turned off my cellular so nobody could call me, right? Well, I was going to be streaming from just my Wi-Fi connection. Turn off my cellular, and so then the live stream stopped and exited me out of YouTube. So then I get back on YouTube, and I wanted to restart the live stream, just like I do on Facebook, and it goes, would you like to pick up where you left off when you left on your last live? Of fucking course I do, YouTube. And all the comments pop back up. And we were just talking about how some stuff is just better than what you were doing before. And I ain't gonna talk no mess about Mr. Zuckerberg or nothing, but who owns YouTube? That's the name we need to know. So you guys just see me using my 100 or 80/100 grit hand file, and I'm going, I'm creating or recreating the coffin shape I mean, not the coffin shape, the stiletto shape in her natural nails. And so for this set, there is nothing on her hands or on against her nails at all except hard gel. And hard gel does not soak off. So if she wants this removed, she'll either have to grow it out or she has to have a professional remove it for her. So um, that's one of the cool things about hard gel. It's basically indestructible and it's very low maintenance. Everybody has the things that work for them and the things that don't work for them. There's a lot of people who don't wear acrylic, can't wear acrylic, don't like acrylic. So this would be the alternative to your clients who have issues with colored acrylic or clear acrylic. You want to go with the sculpted hard gel route. You can also do tips with hard gel. I just don't recommend it because your natural nail, the tip of your natural nail will naturally start to separate from that nail tip once the nail glue breaks down. And then this hard gel will be properly and completely adhered to um, her natural nail, but it won't be adhered to the tip of her natural nail because that's where the glue and the tip will be. So I don't recommend that. But if you have a client that, gets a new set every time, if you have a client who, you may not see for a while, whatever the case may be, you can, go ahead and just do a quick hard gel set. If they're just like, I really need to be out of here and, I'll come back for my maintenance or I'll come back and remove this or whatever the case may be. Like you come up with your own reasons as a nail tech as to why you would do some hard gel with tips. It's not impossible, but if you want the set to last long and to have good retention for when your client comes back in 2 to 3 weeks, then you should go the route with forms. I love hard gel so much. I love it more than acrylic. I love how soft and easy it is to shape. But do remember that a little goes a long way. So you don't want to just keep on piling, coat after coat after coat. You can get away with 2 to 3 coats and then doing a hell of a filing job to expose your apex and give the rest of the body of the nail just an even consistency. You want your nail to be the same thickness. You want both sides to be the same. So hard gel is the perfect alternative to an overlay over natural nails.
You know what I was asking about was that Castillo construction. That's what I
I
was
think his
asking.
name is Lalo.
You know him?
I haven't even seen him. I think I've only seen him like maybe once. Is he younger?
I don't know. Lillian said he was hot.
Uh, yeah, I'm kind of getting hot vibes as well.
She was like, I came out of the restroom and I ran into him.
You know what's crazy? I was just thinking about that yesterday because when I was in grade school, I had the biggest crush on this Mexican boy named Lalo. And every time I met somebody named Lalo after that, I was like, oh, he's so fine, like for the rest of my life. And I was just thinking about that yesterday when I passed the door. I was like, his name is Lalo. I bet he's fine. But I haven't really like seen him. Is more so just his build, I guess I've seen.
Okay, so I've seen this guy I don't know how many times.
Is he
and I
really
just
nice
ignore
looking?
him. I don't know.
You don't even pay
I don't
attention.
even pay attention. Now I'm like wanting to know, and now I can't. Like I haven't seen him since.
Okay, so you know that the Africans in the church, the pastor, his is right across from me.
Yes.
I didn't know that. I thought they only had that. And then they have one downstairs
Oh,
too.
I didn't know it was him.
It's him. Yeah, he
Oh.
had his whole garb on one night. It was like midnight, and I was coming out the bathroom and he scared the shit out of me. I was like, what the fuck? And yeah, he had
Oh
it
shit.
because I had heard him practicing or whatever, and spoken to me a few times. But then
Did he try
when
to
I
convert you yet with their little pamphlet?
no, he was just always really nice to me. But then I always thought, oh, he's the guy that works across from me. And then one night I was coming out and he was he was in there by himself going off first of all, and and then he went from that one to that one, but he still had all his stuff on. That's the first time I ever seen
I
him with
didn't
all
even
his
know
stuff
that. You're
on.
like, you're blowing my mind right now.
And then they have another one downstairs, or something that they have downstairs as well. I just don't know what it is.
Why don't they have the church downstairs then?
I don't know, man. Jenny's weird.
That would make
Maybe,
way more sense.
maybe they got that one first, and then when something downstairs was available, they kind of switched it out.
They're just taking over the whole building slowly.
No, for real, because I don't know. Well, that's it. It's like some tech stuff.
Well, because they wanted, when I moved in, I guess they were wanting to take over like half of that suite.
What?
Yeah, and like construction build out and stuff like that. And I was like,
That's doing the
that was
most.
what Jenny was telling me, and I was like, because I was like, well, I really didn't want this big of a space. I'm so glad I was like, okay, I'll take the space anyway.
Yeah, and just grew into it.
Now
And I grew out of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I was like, because initially I was like, oh, it's just gonna be me, and the space is too big. And I remember like clients coming in and just being like, is this a business? I'm like, yeah. We're under construction right now. Sorry about the mess. There's no mess. There's just nothing.
We're renovating right now.
There's no furniture. There's just me and my lash bed and my little table and nothing else in this gigantic room at the time. So, but yeah, she was like, oh, well, we can cut it in half, but then like I would have to pay for like the rent while they're doing the construction. I'm like, no.
Mm-mm.
I'm not gonna be building shit while I'm in here paying the rent. It makes 0 sense. And then cut me off from the window. No, thank you.
Right? They're gonna cut just that part out. Like, all right, we just came to steal your window and build a hallway around it. You can have the rest.
Yeah, so Lillian said that guy was hot. And I was like, I've seen him, I don't know how many times, but like, not like looked at him. Like every
Yeah,
time
I didn't look at him
every
either.
time I see men, I'm just like, I just put my head down, like, leave me alone.
Please don't see me. Please don't see
Please don't
me.
talk to me.
That's why I go to the gas station looking like a Ghostbuster with my mask on. I always wear like 2 masks, and then I put my gloves on like I'm a nurse or something. And then so people look at me crazy like, oh, this bitch is really serious about COVID. No, I really just don't want you talking to me. And I'm taking advantage of wearing a mask and being black.
I thought the whole COVID thing, as far as like wearing like the mask and stuff like that, I thought it would really just make guys stop talking. Like make guys like they can't see your face, so they're not really interested. But no, they don't need to see the bottom half of your face. They just need to see your. It's like almost like wearing.
Does she have 2 eyes?
Yes.
Cool, I want her. Can we make eye contact? Like, that's all they care about. Well,
No, I just made me realize men don't care. They just.
it's catfish season.
Yeah.
COVID season is catfish season. Perfect
Like,
time to be a catfish right now.
Stand 6 feet away and pull down your mask. Let me see what the face looks like, sir.
Oh,
Before I
no.
make my decision if I'm going to if I'm going to finish talking to you.
That mole wasn't in the picture. Put your mask back on, you're lying.
It's at least 10. Grow a beard and then call me. Also, never cut out that beard.
Also, I'm not going to answer, but still, leave your beard. Leave your beard on. Just in case, in a few years, when you're my last resort.
Have you seen that one soccer player?
Who?
I don't know, there's this one soccer player, I don't know what team he plays on, because I don't know anything about soccer, but he has, like, such a weak chin. And he looks like some type of, like, I don't know what a baby ostrich looks like, but I just
But I assume.
I assume that it looks like the soccer player. So he finally grows a beard and gets it like before, because he had like the weak chin, like weird ostrich face, and like to top it off, he had like this like I only can describe it as like this fourth grade girl haircut. You know, like when the white girls used to get their haircut, and then they put that that slinky headband, and then but the haircut was like so. It wasn't like it was like a bob haircut.
Yeah, like it's short with the
Yeah.
bangs.
Yes. So he had
Like
that.
DW.
Yeah. Like DW, but then it's like his hair is pushed back with the slinky headband, so you can see his forehead too. Okay, tell me why when this fool grew out a beard and got his haircut, all of a sudden he's fine as hell. I was like,
You're shallow.
I was like, David Beckham, is that you? Like,
You're like, oh,
I was like-
beard gang.
I was like, how did you go from baby ostrich to like newborn baby ostrich, fetal ostrich?
How did you go from baby ostrich to baby Jesus?
I just didn't understand. I was like, oh my gosh.
Why you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover?
No, it makes me not want to date men
You
with
judge a
beards.
book by its beard.
No, I don't want to date men
You don't
with
want a
beards.
beard fish.
Exactly.
But I feel like men are
It's almost
so
as bad
like,
as a hatfish.
no, there's nothing worse than a hatfish. No, it does not get no worse than a receding hairline that you didn't know was there until the wedding and he had to take his hat off.
God. He's wearing his baseball cap.
He's
like,
walking down the aisle and he's got a do-rag on.
Dodgers, bro. I never take this hat off. I'm like, okay.
Excuse me, hon, can you take that Tupac rag off your head so that we can get married?
Pearl was telling me about because she's gonna see you know who on Saturday. So she's telling me she's seeing Peter Griffin on Saturday.
I need to have mom make her a shirt. Before we even get that far, let me go ahead and get us, and also he's a ninja shirt. I want to get him a shirt that says, "Where's my black son?" And then on the back it says, "Oh, it's Pearl." It's crazy.
So she's seeing Peter Griffin on Saturday, and she's like, I asked him if he had a Roblox account, and he said he doesn't. Oh. I was like, and then I'm over here like, no, demand he get a Roblox account. Tell him he has to get a Roblox account because he wants, to play with you.
Tell her to do him like he does you, like she does
exactly
you.
what I said. I was like, demand it, and she's like, really? And I was like, Pearl. I was like, the ball's in your court, babe. I was like, you have all the power in the situation. You could literally get whatever you wanted. And then she's like, really? And I was like, yep. I was like, on all the the video game time, and you want me to play with you? And I'm like, I don't like video games, Pearl. This is your moment.
This is your time to shine.
Yes. I was like, ask him for all that video game time. And she's like, okay. And then she was like, then I see her text message to him. She's like, make one on Saturday then.
The fuck you thought this was?
This fool has no idea. Has no idea. I'm so dead. I can't. Because, Pearl is everything that he dislikes in women. Absolutely everything. The extra, just the loud personality, the demands, the confidence.
Right, the loving herself, I was going to say. The fact that she won't let anybody tell her shit about herself.
No, exactly. Pearl is the Beyonce of her own universe. And she doesn't care. from her wardrobe to like everything. She's just her herself, and I've like fostered that for so long now, especially without him being in the picture. Like, there's no going back. You can't flip this 8-year-old
Yeah,
into like
no.
whoever you want her to
She's
be.
who she is.
So good luck.
Have fun with that.
Well, I truly wish you the best. I hope you get to see all the sides of Pearl
I
and
can't
her
wait. I can't wait
and
for her
her
stories. That's what I can't wait
and
to
her
hear.
magical rainbow self. Oh my
And then he needs to pick up her god siblings.
god. Exactly.
I'm gonna be like, hey, I know I'm black and you don't know me, but also you have other kids. So here you go. I'll see you on Sunday.
Pearl's gonna be like, and then next time we can bring Melody and Ocean, okay?
And we're gonna go swimming, all right?
You know what's so funny? She's like, I was like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do to come on Saturday? She's like, play video games and go to the beach. And I was like, perfect. Bring your swimsuit. Actually, wear your swimsuit on Saturday. This mother effer hates the beach. Because like when he was asking her like, oh, she was asking him actually about what did he used to do when he was 8 years old. He said sports camp. And she's like, oh, I used to go to surf camp, and then so he mistakenly said, oh, teach me how to surf. This fool has not been to the beach, I think, once in the last, I don't know, probably the entire time he's been alive. And then he's not only like, he has like a carpet on his chest, but on his back too. So he won't take off his shirt to even go in the pool. So I was like, Pearl, wear your swimsuit, go dress for the beach, babe.
I'm stuck on the carpet part.
It's like a shag carpet. It's like worse than Austin Powers.
It's taco meat.
Uh,
It's Taco
I
Bell.
don't miss that at all.
Right.
Cleaning up what looks like pubic hair all over
The
the
curly
floor.
cues.
Ugh.
His chest pubes down to his ball fro.
Yeah. Well, he's got a back fro.
Oh my goodness.
So, there's that. You want to put it in again?
Mm-mm. I'm just gonna add another layer and then we're awesome.
So I'm not doing anything that's malicious to anybody else. like if I'm saying like, yeah, go to the beach with your dad. Like, it's not just kidding.
Just kidding. Let me call her on my other phone. Little Lake by Auntie April's house. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Okay, y'all. I had to go off on my daughter's previous school this morning, and I didn't even have to. That's the messed up part about it.
No, you
Like,
had to. You had to. It
well,
was
because
warranted,
the lady
and
who
you had
called
to.
me, she probably just started working there. She probably don't know nothing about the damn school. I just like, first of all, let me tell you about y'all school. I was like, y'all mishandled my baby. My baby's not allowed to go there. I don't like. I was like, nope, mm-mm. Call the district, tell them come back, call me back, and put her in a different school. It's crazy, y'all. Melody's school was closed indefinitely due to COVID, and they already had plans on maybe not reopening, but COVID just did it for them. So after, going through a full 2.5 years of trying to find my daughter the school that would really accommodate her needs, I find it. It's amazing. It's small. It's in a church. It's where she wanted to be. The teachers were great. And then COVID hit and they closed down indefinitely. They're not reopening. So now I have to find a different school, and the district is automatically trying to put my daughter back in the school that she was in before. But they did like a lot of like just shady, even illegal things, to kind of just sweep my daughter's needs under the rug. And I don't have to, it goes without saying, like, don't fuck with my kids, obviously. Like, that's how 90% of women feel about their children. But also, I'm Mikkie and I'm a whole different beast. So, yeah. And Melody, like, oh shit, me and him be beefing. So, like, I'll drop him off at the park and just skirt off a couple times. But Melody, now that kid is, Mel needs a little bit more oomph out of her mom. And my baby's a lot, Ocean's a lot like me. Like Ocean is if he don't want to talk to you, he ain't gonna talk to you. He will look at you crazy. He will roll his eyes. He will tell you no. Melody is like sugar, spice, and everything nice. So naturally, I feel like my daughter needs more protection than my son, because my son will let you know he don't fuck with you and he'll beat your ass if you come close enough. But my daughter's like, oh, do you want to be my friend? I know you're sitting here by yourself looking at a pedophile website. And my daughter's just so friendly and personable. So I'm just very extra about who she is around. Um, because I know that children that are so nice and are so personable and sociable, are easy targets. And I know that it's important. I know you guys heard me say this before, and my delivery has been wrong before, but it's important that we teach our daughters about predators. In a perfect world, we would want to tell our kids, like, well, just stop raising boys to be predators. Like, I wish that were possible, but unfortunately,
Can't control
there's
our people.
there's always going to be a predator. So the only thing that I can control is my daughter's knowledge and safety. So, well, not even safety, but just her knowledge of how to protect herself. So, especially our black babies, our black girls, y'all. Um, our kids are hot commodities, and at this point in time, we're in a time where a lot of our black girls, our black boys, our Hispanic children, are going missing, and people aren't looking for them, and people don't care. It's not getting news
Because they're not
coverage.
white.
Exactly. It's something real going on right now. So my kids are targets. My kids are easy targets. Y'all kids are easy targets. So, um, yeah, I know there's a predator around every corner. So I just try to be extra careful about my daughter especially, but also too, like, we also live in a time where there's school shootings and shit. Like, I know my kid. If my kid hears gunshots, she's gonna like look for them. My kid's not gonna hit the floor. My kid ain't ghetto like me. She's not about to, oh shit, gunshots hit the floor. Like, my daughter's not going to do that. That's not how I raised her. So my daughter's gonna want to know what the fuck is going on and where the hell that loud ass sound is coming from, or that loud sound is gonna scare her so much that instead of finding cover, she's just gonna stand there and cover her ears. Like, I know my kid, so we're just in an era where, I have to have those conversations with, my 8-year-old about school shootings and what she should do and how she should get to me if something like that were to ever happen. Because we always think that it's not going to be us until it is us. So we're just, our world, our time is different. When I was my daughter's age, when I was 5, I was walking to school by myself. Like, it was nothing. But now my daughter's 8, and I wouldn't dare let her walk less than a mile down the street to her school on her own. It's just different era for our kids and our family. So, um, yeah, that's that. I'm not gonna play about her schooling. I think I'm a much better. I hate. I'm not gonna say I hate kids, but I hate teaching like little children because I'm not on the same capacity with them. But I'd much rather teach my own daughter what I need to teach her than send her to a school that just looks at her as a number or a check or whatever the case may be, or a quota fulfillment. I don't know. I want my daughter to really be
Or label her or put her in a box.
right, that she's not fitting into the box with all the other children, the other sheeple. and her parents are not going to do so either, then, I just imagine that just being more problematic than I've already dealt with, and I'm not going to deal with it because I don't cuss these goddamn teachers out. And if I'm picking up my kid from school and I see her first grade teacher and her kindergarten teacher that I can't stand, like, I'm gonna go off again. So just don't put me in those positions where I have to be like the crazy black mama bear. But I do hope that one day um, I get recognized for being like a black mom. Like I go viral for being a black mom. Cause like remember this one lady, there was like protests and there was riots and this this boy was like, I don't know what he was doing. He had a mask on and shit, but this woman was being interviewed and she noticed it was her son in the midst of the rioting and she like snatched them up.
I saw
You
that
remember
video.
that? Those are goals all the way. Like I
Yes.
see that now being me and Ocean. Like I'm gonna whoop your ass on national TV for being out here looting and making me look bad. But yeah, but also to touch on like double standards too. Totally not right to have double standards when it comes to boys and girls because boys can just as much be victims as as we feel like our girls are. Um, but I know this is a biased opinion, and I know this honestly feeds into that double standard. But I just do feel like our girls need more protecting. Um, we've spent all this time, just like as women, growing into this generation of women that don't need anybody, which is not a problem at all. Um, but I think we're so busy like teaching our daughters how to not need anybody, and we're not teaching them how to need themselves and how to lean on themselves and uh, we're kind of sometimes creating women that are so into taking care of themselves they don't mind taking care of other people. And a lot of women are enabling their sons because they're that strong, authoritative figure in the home. Their sons are watching their moms be men, and then it makes the men not as uh, it's not as easy for a man to become a man when he's watching his mom be a man. So it makes, for me personally, I feel like it makes a lot of men lazy. And then these are the men that our daughters are going
And
to be
these are
with.
the men that are available to date, like that are out there, and I'm just like, I'm so done. I'm like just disgusted by it.
Yeah, I feel like our expectations. No, I'm not gonna say our expectations are unrealistic. I don't want to say that because I know there's good men everywhere, but they're obviously extremely outnumbered. And a lot of times, us women, because we kind of trudge right onto our track of getting our lives together, like in our 20s kind of deal, we don't really meet men that are on our level until they are much older. When we may be in our 20s, 30s with our businesses and thriving, but our male counterparts are kind of fucking off their 20s or whatever the case may be, and they're not mature financially or emotionally or mentally until they're fucking 50. So,
Well, it's because the moms are making them hot pockets in the attic while they play, whatever game is out right now. I don't know. I'm not in that loop anymore.
but
I don't live that life.
I feel like a lot of it too, though, is our demographics as well. This is kind of where we are. We're not really in a space where like good men are easy to come by. I feel like if we were in like the South or something, we may
I was gonna say
find,
that's a little bit south.
we'd find men that'd be more willing to like marry us and treat us right. But also, I think both of us have very low tolerances, and I think both of us have very high confidences as well. So it's kind of like, bye, like we're.
Yeah, I don't. I don't have time for it. I don't tolerate it. I'm just like, okay, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, I think we enjoy uh, working more than I don't know. I don't know if I could say that, but I can say that just our generation, we're just not all the way there yet. Unfortunately, I think I always like to be like, I always feel like I was born in the wrong time, like the wrong era, but also I wasn't because we always talk about what our grandparents and our grandmothers went through, and that's
That's not for
definitely,
me either.
yeah, we're definitely not doing that shit. Like if I have to do that to be married and get my happily ever after, then Oprah, me, please.
You can live in the back
You
house.
can live in the guest house. I'll even get you Wi-Fi back there. Your own modem, so you ain't even gotta share. I don't know. It's just I feel like nowadays it's like you gotta be a fucking swinger or a lesbian to find a husband. Like these men want you and a girlfriend and want you to love the girlfriend and want to have you and the
No.
girlfriend pregnant
You
and
saw how that went. You saw how that went for me. I was like, wait, what?
where yeah,
You
what
want me
where are
to
we
what?
at?
No, absolutely not. Well, you're my wife. Yeah, wife, not wife, and
I would have immediately went and got a dictionary and a Bible.
go live on a what's it called? This is not sister wives over here, okay? We're not in a cult.
That's the way these men are trying to live nowadays.
No, and then I feel like when it comes to like finding a partner too, is you have to find somebody that's growing at the same pace you are. Because when you start outgrowing men, like they don't want to. They're like, what
Yeah,
happened
they
to you?
can't really handle that.
No, they want.
It's interpreted wrong.
Yeah, no, it's that, and like you want somebody that's either like at a higher level than you. Not saying that they're better than you, but they're just at like a different,
A little
place.
further along
Yeah,
in
a little
their
further along.
journey.
But they're also growing, and then they're like, and someone that's like also proud of you and like also helps you continue to grow. You don't want somebody that's gonna be like, okay, like that's enough growing now, like stop,
Right.
cut it out, be the wife now. No, that's not gonna happen.
I was a stripper when you met me.
Yeah, I know. Like I'm not. I'm not gonna cook and clean for
Sorry.
anybody, and I make that very clear.
Sorry, y'all. My thing broke.
I want to be like Cardi B and just be like, I cook and I clean, or I don't cook and I don't clean, and I still got this ring.
Mood.
I tell guys, I'm like, if you want a bowl of cereal, that's about it. That's all you're gonna get out of me. I used to take them all to Yukaku. They'd be like, where do you want to eat? And then, like, in the back of their mind, they'd have a place that they wanted to eat, but I'd be like, Yukaku, and they'd be like shocked that I knew where I was eating. Food, I take all the guys there.
I was thinking Taco Bell.
No. First of all, I want a quality dinner, and I want to see your cooking skills right now. First day on the job, let's throw you in.
Are you better than me? Yes or no?
Yes. This is a test. This is the first test. So let's see if you pass. And if you're weak at cooking meat on a barbecue grill, I don't want you. Like that's the end
The
of it.
same meat that they actually give you, like they tell you exactly how long to cook each meat for.
Yeah, like I know how to cook the meat on that little whatever grill in the middle of the table, but like I want to see. This is before COVID, obviously, but I want to see how
This guy the other day was telling me about Jin Korean barbecue or Japanese barbecue.
Oh,
it's like Gen. He told me Jin, but
maybe it's Jen.
He's ratchet. I don't know. He probably does a bunch of ghetto hood shit all the time. But he was like, I spent time with my family the other day. He was like, I'm always going out, and I actually spent time with my family the other day. He's like, and I wanted to cook and sit down and cook, and they wouldn't let me. Now I gotta go to Jin. I gotta check out Jin because I wanted to tell him about Yukaku.
I've been wanting to go, but Yukaku doesn't have outdoor dining.
So it's just like
There's
just
nothing. You just
ordering.
order it to go.
I think they deliver over here. I've had them delivered over here
We had
before.
them deliver that meal that one night. Remember?
Oh yeah, we had all that damn soup and shit.
Yeah. I'm like, I didn't want this miso soup, but it didn't give you the option to not get it.
Yeah, Kukaku's like, you're all inclusive. You either gonna get all this shit or you're not gonna get this food at all. And now all of like the DoorDash around here, they've changed their settings so like you can't do any custom, like you can't customize anything. So like say you wanted like no tomato on your burger, like bitch, you better take that shit off yourself because that's what it comes with.
Really?
Yep, it says like merchant recommend, no, not merchant recommendation. You know how it says special instructions?
Yeah.
It doesn't allow, and then when you click on it, it says this restaurant is currently not accepting special instructions for this order or something, or for this item or something like that. But yeah, 90% of the door dashes around here won't let you specify stuff.
I thought they closed down because of that AB5 or whatever.
No, that's going to be Uber and Lyft. But as far as like the food is different. The law applies differently to them. Where they will actually I think the law is in favor of like food delivery drivers and like stylists, but it's kind of like 50-50 when it comes to ride sharing. It's ride sharing specifically.
Is rideshare like still available right now, or?
Yeah, so they're not taking it away until October because October is when we'll be able to vote and take that bill out. So if the bill,
I'm gonna take that. I don't want that bill passed because I mean, as far as
it's
like,
not really the drivers who are going to suffer. It's just like LA in general. It's too many people out here
well,
who
the drivers do it as a lot of people I know. They do it as a side thing. They're not trying to look at it to replace the
right.
job
It's
that
not a
they
career.
have. They're like, okay, I need to make extra money, and also I can cash out at whatever time. And like, hey, I respect the hustle. You know me. Do what you got to do to make the money. You know, to make ends meet, especially now. But
Yeah, when COVID hit,
want a full-time job doing that, and then they want the flexibility of making their own hours. Like that was like the benefit of it. And then also with the AB5 is like they're trying to say that we can't have tutors like come to our house.
What?
Yes, it was like something about like
The study pod thing.
We need to hire them as the study pod thing. We need to hire our tutors as employees, and I'm like, and not 1099 them or you know. I'm like, no, I'm hiring them as a company.
But I just feel like that if they're going to make laws like that, they should make it so that the compensation is the employee's choice. So like if you're working at a certain place that says you can either, be a 1099 employee or a W2 employee, like that should be the choice of the employee. And then that way, if an employer does not offer all of those options, then the employee knows what they're signing up for.
So like the difference between the independent contractor and the employee is like the independent contractor, they can pretty much just do whatever they want.
They can make their own schedule. They can come when they want.
So employee, like you're told what to do. So, I mean, and
there's a lot of
restrictions
people
on you as an employee.
There's a lot of businesses that have you as a 1099. I think this is why it came about. Because there's a lot of businesses. I worked at a salon that had me as a 1099 employee, but they had me as a 1099 independent contractor, but they were treating me like I was an employee.
Yeah, they can't do that.
Exactly. So that's why the whole law or bill has been passed, because it's like, if you treat me like an employee, and this is literally a true story from when I was working in Beverly Hills. So if I'm a 1099 independent contractor, we have our contract or whatever, you can't tell me I have to be here from 10 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And If I'm here from 10 o'clock to say I am here from 10 o'clock, and because you've made me be here, but nobody shows up in that entire time, I'm not going to get paid at all because I'm an independent contractor. So since I didn't do any services, I didn't make any money. But you made me sit here from 10 to 10. So because of that, I'm going home with no money. I just worked a 12-hour day and didn't do anything. And now your salon's not out of pocket. Um because I'm a 1099 employee. Now, if I were a W-2 employee and you told me, okay, I have to be there from 10 to 10, then you have to pay me and you have to give me benefits. Because if somebody doesn't show up all day, I still need to get compensated because that was the time that you made me be here. So that was this law. They've been trying to pass it for like since I met you. I feel like you were the one who sent me the link to it. It was first just surrounded by stylists. Like it was supposed to just be a stylist thing. And then when they added ride sharing, that's what's caused all this commotion recently.
I feel like certain industries, yes, but not right here.
Yeah, they need to make separate so what they're doing for the when they do the vote in October, they're basically saying that like they don't want to change the law at all. They just want it not to apply to ride sharing specifically.
Okay.
So
No,
that's why they're
I don't
staying
want it
open
to. I
until
don't want it to
October.
apply to tutors either. I
It's gonna
mean,
be they're gonna the teaching industry is gonna change drastically.
I don't like independent contractors for my own business. So because I need things done a certain way and I need them to meet a certain standard and it's
You're
like
telling them what to
I'm
do.
telling them what to do and like I am flexible as far as like you can create your own schedule, but it you have to be an employee because I need to be able to hold you accountable for everything that's going on and I need you to use these products and I need you to be on this doing these trainings or whatever.
Right. Which you can't tell a 1099 employee to do all that stuff. But I worked at a salon where literally they were telling all of us to do all that stuff. You got to be here at this time. You're not bringing your own products, or you are bringing some of your own products. So it's like the lines were not clear,
And
and
that's when you should be an
businesses.
employee because the lines are not clear.
Right. Businesses were using the 1099 status to not have to pay out all those benefits and all that other stuff, but still telling the employee, or giving them employee rules. Because when I first heard about this years ago, like, ooh, like if I'm a nail tech, like I don't have to work 1099. I could do minimum wage, or I could get paid hourly, and I can get benefits. That sounds wonderful as a nail tech, but that sounds wonderful as a nail tech or stylist that's just started. When you're not able to really create your own income and clientele, you start off, in a bigger salon or in a different area or whatever the case may be. But if you are you're talented, you know which products that you like to use, you want to be in charge of your time, like that's the 1099 route. But ultimately the bill, I do believe, was created to protect the rights of the contractors, but it just backfired for the ride shares. But oddly, I do hear kind of like 70-30%. Like there's still a small amount of people, not a small amount, but there's still an amount of people that are ride shares and do Uber or Lyft, and they're like, good, like we should be paid. And then there's a huge handful that's like, no, I want to make my own schedule. I don't want to work when Uber tells me to work. But
I think if you're their employees, they're going to significantly decrease their
well,
earnings.
if they're employees, they're completely taking it out of California. That's why. They're like, if you guys don't change the law, we just will not have Uber and Lyft in California. Because currently, Uber and Lyft do not make a profit, allegedly. All these different.
Well, how are they paying out millions of dollars for these?
Well,
There's
allegedly,
Uber attorneys. I've seen the freaking ads.
they don't make like a profit. And if they were to make all of their contractors into employees, they'd have to pay over $3,000 per year per contractor. And there's 160,000 Uber drivers in California, and there's like 80,000 Lyft drivers in California. So, you know, obviously $3,000 per person per year adds up, and they already don't have it. So it just looks like one of those businesses where it's not, we think it's big and popping, but it's really still in its
Small
baby
potatoes.
phases. Yeah, it's still in the baby phases where it's not making a profit. When there's nothing wrong with that, y'all, for all my entrepreneurs or first time business owners, if you look up the statistics about businesses, 90% of first businesses do not survive the first year, or small businesses don't survive the first year. And then the ones that do survive, most of them don't make a profit until the second or third, or not second and third, the third or fourth year. So it's more to it than just,
It's true though.
just building a business, waking up one morning and now you got all this money in your account. No, you really want to build a business, it's going to be the complete opposite. You're going to wake up in the morning and be like, shit, I'm broke. I got an Uber today to invest into my own business. I am not ashamed to say it. It's happened plenty of times before, and it may happen plenty more times, but I have gone broke for C-tones. I've gone broke for doing nails. It's because it's what I love to do, and I know that it's my calling, and I know that's where God wants me to be. But before, I wasn't going broke for doing nails. I was just doing nails and be like, oh shit, I ain't making no money. I'm leaving. I'm going somewhere else. That's how it used to be. And then one day, I was like, you know what? I'm going to put 100% into nails, and I'm going to stop being a bitch about it, and I'm going to struggle until I get to where I want to be and make the kind of money that I want to make. And it took a while, but I got here, and it's been nothing but a blessing. So
It's like it's worth it later on. It's like when you're
it
going
pays
through
off,
it,
yeah.
you're just like, you really have to just either have like a strong desire and focus, and even when you're not in the mood to keep working on it, like to keep working on it. But I feel like if you don't love it, like it's, and you're just like, oh, I just want to do it because everyone else is doing it. It's
Yep.
just like you're not gonna do well.
That's why I see a lot of people posting like pictures. Um, I see people posting stuff like, if you're a lash artist, if you make this per day and then you make this per week, multiply it by this, by this. Like, it's
You're
not
doing 6 full sets a day.
that's not realistic. It's not realistic to even give to a baby artist, and it's not right to kind of, instead of telling people like, oh, if you got passion for this, come through and we'll teach you what you need to know, blah blah. It's more of like, look, if you want to make this much, this is what I make. And it's like, girl, no, that's not what you're making. You make that because now you're teaching these $1,000 classes type of deal. So yeah, it's definitely goes back again to the era that we're in.
Even now, like, I still don't take a salary. I still don't take a salary for my business, and it's like been what, almost 5 years in. So,
Right now is the perfect time to be innovative and to be into your business and to just make it recession proof. It needs to be economy proof. It needs to be growing even in the midst of things like this.
No, I agree.
I think that's where
I think that and it makes me so sad to see, but I see a lot of small businesses. I see a lot of mom and pop shops. I see, a lot of places going up for rent or going up for lease, and it's like, wow, that place has been there forever. Like, I can't believe, COVID just took them out.
seriously.
And it's like, but it's either sink or swim in this time.
Yep.
So either you're gonna figure it out and tell yourself like, you know what, I'm gonna figure out a way to keep my business growing, or you're just gonna give up. So it's gonna really differentiate between, the people that are going to make $1 million, that are going to be a profitable business, that are going to survive through COVID and thrive after COVID. And then those people that just gave up on their dreams and their business because of one thing. It's you have to adapt your business to what's the current
The
circumstances
times.
are.
Yep.
And like this is the perfect time for people that have been saving their money to go rent or lease a space and you know start their business because you know they're giving COVID deals right now.
Hell yeah, they're trying to get anybody in those buildings. Cause
You
think
have bad
about it,
credit, they'll take you.
people, people have been in these buildings and they have maybe signed like 5 year leases, and maybe they were only a year and a half into their lease, and now they're like, well, shit, it doesn't matter what year I am into my lease, I gotta shut down because my business is over regardless. So now these landlords are like, oh shit, now I have a vacant 4 year lease or whatever the case may be. Hell yeah, I've been seeing it left and right. People are getting evicted, starting over, relocating, and then getting shut down there at the new location. It's crazy. Only people thriving right now is McDonald's.
Well, McDonald's is not in the business of burgers; they're in the business of real estate, so that's why they're thriving. Real estate is popping right now.
Mm.
There's people going in on real estate, and because everything's so low right now, that people are getting multiple offers or you know offers over the asking price because the prices are low right now. So
Yeah,
if you have the money, real estate is also a good
the
option
place to
too.
be.
Yeah.
Well, real estate's always been the place to be, other than when we hit that recession. But now it's the
It's
opposite of
when it's
what.
the problem is when you own your own house and you think it's an asset. Your house is not an
It's
asset.
always a liability until you
Yes.
pay it off.
Your 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 house doesn't make you any money, so it's not an asset.
Hmm.
So the only time that real estate is beneficial is when you're turning it into an asset, and it's like you're getting real estate
It's
investment
passive
properties.
income.
Yes, you have tenants, you have people that are renting from you, and there's always going to be people that are renting,
Yes, absolutely. I mean,
and you're
because they're
also getting at the
saying
right price.
we're in the generation of lifetime renters. Not
Not
saying that
me.
we're going to be less,
not,
right?
not me.
I went to my dad's house on Saturday. I was pissed. I was like, why do both my parents have houses and I'm just fucking sitting here being a bum? So now I just decided that I'm never going to rent anything again for the rest of my life. I'm going to mooch off of my parents. I'm going to continue to. I, I personally feel like this, y'all. Like, I know that this is not like a popular opinion. But if your parents, my parents, both my parents get on my nerves. So like they're neither one of them I'm able to just like really just live with. But what I will say is why I'm not going to rent anything, and my parents have these homes, because the smarter thing for me to do instead is to stay at home, stack my money, save up my money, and then instead of paying rent into something that I'll never own, I'll never have, it'll never be mine, why don't I pay my mom's mortgage and I modify her house and do all this stuff to her home, because it's a family home, it's a lifetime home. If I'm not here, I would hope that my kids have my mother's house. My kids will have my mother's house to go to. So so for me, it's like putting my money into my mom's home or into my father's home because they own it is better than me renting someone else's home, and at the end of that year I'm no closer to being a homeowner or solving any debt. And then on the flip side, I have been saving my money, living with people who drive me fucking crazy, but also paying into that house so that when something happens to my mother, if something happens to my mother, that house is going to be mine. And my mom doesn't get her house foreclosed on while I'm somewhere renting. I hope you guys got that. I hope y'all understood that. I feel like I've been saying that to people all week because I've been hearing more often than not, um, just people just kind of being discouraged about their living situations. I've been taking like a lot of new clients more than I ever have. So I've been hearing people just kind of be discouraged. But guys, I think people the people that are discouraged about their living situations, I don't think they're discouraged about their living situations. I think they're discouraged about how people feel about them. And for me personally, I don't give a damn about anybody telling me anything about living with my mom or my dad, my parents. At the end of the day, when I'm 40, I anticipate my children coming to my home, my house, my space that I own, that I work hard for. I think living with my parents until I have everything is a small price to pay to have everything. So I think that
If I had that option, I would definitely take that option.
I keep telling people, if you have the option, then take advantage of it. It's not about what people think about you or how people feel. People are going to talk shit about you regardless, and most of the people who are talking shit about you are going to be renters themselves. So it's kind of like, make life work for you, however it is. So whatever your options are, like, make life work for you so that when you're in your 40s and 50s, you're not working so fucking hard.
Or
Like,
have roommates.
or have roommates, or you're on Tinder. Like, literally do what you got to do now so that when you are up there in age, you're not looking stupid. That's when you should worry about how people are looking at you. Like, you shouldn't be 50 with a roommate. You shouldn't be 50 and your parents have houses that are getting foreclosed upon and you're paying rent and paying somebody else's mortgage, essentially making their children rich and making their children homeowners. From knowing my mentor and just being linked up with somebody who is worth a lot of money, um, I've learned a lot. And he always says his kids were born in the lucky sperm club because no matter what, like, they're never going to be broke because of him and what he's built. But he comes from, he comes from a poor background, so he kind of understands struggling. But just because you understand struggling, you never gonna put your kids through that. It doesn't matter how much struggle you've been through. You're always gonna make a way to make sure that your kids have something different or have something better. My kids were not born into the lucky sperm club, nor was I. So I have to make sure that everything that I'm doing now and all the work that I'm putting in, my kids are up there and have just as many privileges as the lucky sperm club. That's where I am. That's where I'm trying to get. So, yeah, no, F that. I'm living with my parents forever. I'm living with my parents forever. I have always told people I don't mind, like, buying my grandmother's house. Like, I would, before I let a family member foreclose upon their house while I'm paying rent, I'd rather put that money that I'm using for rent into making sure that that house is paid. The mortgage is paid. You have to definitely work smarter, not harder, and finesse your options. I'm blessed to have homeowning parents. I'm blessed to have a mom my mom's a hustler. She's done nothing but hustle. My mom put me through nail school. So I've been afforded and blessed with a lot of opportunities that a lot of people don't have. But what I do know that is that when it's time for me to really branch out, because I've been sitting here quiet, saving, being resourceful, being smart with my money, learning how to manage my money and trying to manage my time. I know for a fact that me sacrificing all this time and kind of my sanity at this point is going to allow me to be in the position one day to reach back and teach what I know to people who were not taught when they were my age or younger. This is stuff that I'm kind of just like bumping my head and figuring out. But if I can help my kids' friends, my friends' kids, stuff like that, that's important. So I'm okay with dealing with the crazy logic of I'd rather live with my parents than and pay their mortgage than pay somebody else rent for something that's not mine. I'll be able to teach that to someone else's children and someone else's family and add enrichment to my community. If I teach your black son how to manage money and your black son teaches his cousin who teaches, X, Y, and Z. Like, we just, right off of my knowledge, I've just created 2 doctors and 3 lawyers. You have to think like that. Unfortunately, I wouldn't say unfortunately, like right now is the time to really, really sit back and think and ponder about how you gonna get rich. Because I promise you, when COVID is over, you're either gonna be rich, you're gonna be poor. Like
Yeah,
that's
it's gonna be a huge gap.
that's pretty much it. Like you need to figure out today what are you gonna do to make sure that next year you're on the rich side because you know first of all our elections are coming up and I don't argue about politics, and I know that a lot of people hate my views on politics. Um, but just know that no matter who wins, your family is going to be affected in some way possible. And no matter who it is that's in that White House, you still got to live. You still got to feed your family. You still got to make it work. You still have to maneuver through life, whatever the case may be. So, um, we're not guaranteed to have some amazing president next time that's going to make this shit go away or make this shit better or make sure the poverty gap is not, um, as huge as it's going to be. But realistically, we have to prepare for the worst. So just know that Mickey Nails told you next year, 2021, you are either going to be rich or you're going to be poor. So I need everybody watching to start today and start brainstorming today on how they're going to make it to 2021 on the rich side. It's real. It sounds ugly, but it's so real, guys.
We're at least on the path to that.
Seriously, just start something. Like, master something. Start mastering something. Start putting yourself in a position where maybe you're not on the front lines anymore, you're in the background. Producers make more money than actors. Think like that. Maybe go from me personally, I went from doing nails to doing videos to teaching classes to now having a product line. All of those different streams of income that all tie to my craft, my career. So you don't have to just do nails. You don't have to just do one thing. You could do a million things and just incorporate what you love into them. Um, the best advice that I've gotten during this COVID area is from COVID era is from Drea's dad, and he was like, right now you need to fucking invent something. Somebody needs something from you that when all this shit is over, um, the world is gonna need it. We're in new times, so we're gonna need new stuff. So, yeah,
Not
100%,
everything has been invented yet. Nothing.
absolutely. We have
You
market
can't say,
crashes.
oh, everything has been invented. No, it hasn't. There's you and the way to create stuff is always by finding problems that you have in your own life.
Yep.
Like there's somebody that's making millions of dollars off of that little clicker thing for the car seat, because long nails and
Right.
that red button in the middle of the car seat is a pain in the ass. So someone is making $1 million off of that idea. So you just have to find like problems that are in your,
Solve a problem.
yeah, be a problem solver.
And if you can't find a problem to solve,
Then you don't need to be inventing anything.
no, if you can't find a problem to solve, if well, this is just tying into her point when she's saying solve a problem, like a lot of us our careers are selling solutions to a problem that people have, right? Sometimes people don't even know they have a problem until you tell them. So if you have to think about it. There are some people that don't know that they need, okay, for example, those little acrylic, the little separators, the little dividers, the little stupid ass things that they put up everywhere now, the little acrylic plastic separators. So when those first came out, everybody was like, that's stupid. That's dumb. Who's going to clean those? Who wants to deal with those? Whatever, whatever. This is what people were saying. Now they're talking about these things being a requirement, just like masks. I know that the person who came up with this stupid ass shit in the midst of COVID, when they were hearing people say how stupid it was and how dumb it was, watch this same person get a government contract of, providing these whatever the hell they are, these acrylic separators, we didn't know that we were going to have that problem. So this person is kind of letting us know, like, well, not this person, but this innovator has let us know, like, okay, it's early in COVID and they're just talking about masks right now, but you're going to need one of these. You know, you're going to need one of these. This is going to be better. This is the problem that you're going to have, because this is a problem that, the mask can't solve, the gloves can't solve. You're going to need to protect yourself. And people were
Gloves
probably
are not
like,
solving any problems. People just need to wash their hands and use hand
I
sanitizer.
genuinely think none of this stuff is solving any of these
When you're
problems.
touching everything with the gloves and then touching your face and then eating your food with the same gloves and then going to the bathroom with the same gloves and being like, I don't have to wash my hands because I'm wearing gloves, that defeats the whole purpose of the gloves. I can't with these people
People
wearing
are the
gloves.
worst. People are the worst. People were already giving shit about the mask. Now it's the gloves. Now it's the um they're they're trying to change the qualifications on what a face covering is.
Oh, you can't wear a bandana to the bank anymore?
Well, remember how I told you that I kept seeing dudes take their shirts off in front of the store and just wrap their face? And like, stores are, it used to be like no shoes, no shirt, no service. Now it's like no mask, no service, but you don't have to wear no shirt or shoes just as long as your face is covered. It's crazy. But yeah, if you cannot think of an invention to solve a problem, solve one of your own problems and let people know, like, this is a problem I did not even know I had. I think right now, my mindset for like the last month and a half, 2 months has been, how can I make my space the most comfortable so that if I'm stuck here again, I don't mind being here. So the people who benefit from those thoughts that I had were obviously like the contractor, the cement company, all these different places. So now I have to come up with a way, and all that shit costs money. So now I have to come up with a way to be innovative and also needed and necessary in my community, so that if I'm hunkered down and I can't do nails anymore, I'm still an asset to the nail community, and I'll still be able to thrive outside of just doing nails. So what this has all kind of caused people to do is, a lot of people are on Zoom now teaching classes. More people are doing Skype classes, stuff like that. Because before all this happened, nobody gave a shit about getting an online nail course or, nail certification online. Nobody cared. But now everybody wants one. Everybody wants to sign up for one. Everybody can sign up for one. So, because the now problem is that all the shops are not open. The solution is, okay, I want to be my own fucking nail tech. So figure something out. It doesn't have anything to do with what you're doing now. It doesn't have to have anything to do with what you've done before. You can make up something completely new. Talk to your kids. Let them help you make up new stuff, because that's the future. Those are you know, the real people that's going to get this shit popping for us is our kids. Listen to what they're thinking. What do they have in mind? Get some copyright claims off of them.
No,
But
it's good a good business idea too is like creating an idea for an app and then like connecting with an app developer to create your app.
yes.
That's, I mean, it's a bigger investment on your part because you're investing in your idea as far as like paying the app developer. But if you know people that develop apps, like you should tell them, like I have this idea, like this is what I want to do, and see where your app, what could be done.
Yep. Because you'll be surprised what people need, or what's popular in other places that are not popular here yet. Okay, go ahead, put that.
my friend Sasha, she lives with an app developer, and she said, I have an idea for an app, and he was like, what is it? And she was like, rent a Nana. And then he was like, that's the stupidest idea I've ever heard. And then she's like, no, hear me out. Okay, you can connect with old people like Tinder, but you don't, like, it's not dating. Like, you're like,
If you want a grandma,
if you want a
like you're
grandma,
soliciting a grandma.
you want like a grandma to teach you like how to make tortillas, or like a grandpa to like tell you like how to build something, or like, because, and then she's like, you think about it, like all the elderly people, they have nothing better to do, and they're not getting the interaction that they're used to getting, you know.
But also, what makes that idea so perfect, the sad part about it, a lot of people's grandparents are dying right now due to COVID. So a lot of people are going to be grandparentless and are just craving that grandparent connection, or um like like it like if my grandma passed today, like what I would be most upset about is that I don't have all her recipes. So like how you said that, like, yeah, you want your nana to teach you how to cook or whatever, like, yeah, I ain't got a recipe for macaroni and cheese. My grandma do it every year. She not here this Thanksgiving, so Thanksgiving rent a nana will be popping. Find a nana will be popping. Oh my gosh, that's
That's what I'm
amazing.
telling you. Like that's it. Like I told her, I was like, that's a great idea.
It
And
is
the only downside is it on it I could see is like people coercing
taking
elderly
advantage of
people
old
into
people.
like into sending them money, or like there has to be something that prohibits them from like
Being
any
abused.
any financial transaction or anything like that happening. Like I feel like you should be paying the nana or whatever for her time, so she's making money and she's
Yeah, it's
feeling
kind of like a
useful.
care.com.
Yes. I told her that was a great idea, and
Yeah, you should
the
have to
app
pay
developer
per
told her no.
conversation.
So don't always take what everyone says as a bad, you know, because I feel like when people are like, "That's a good idea," and they're like, "No, it's not a good idea." Like I love my mom, and even when I first started the lash studio, she was like, "Why are you?" She's like, "Stop putting all your money into that lash studio." And now she's over here like, my daughter's like basically like the Paul Mitchell. The Paul Mitchell of lashes, and I'm like, Mom, please stop telling people that. Like, she's like, no, you just create all these products and blah blah blah. And I'm like, Mom, don't tell people that. Mrs. You know, like, and all I could think of back on is like when she was like, no, don't put your money into that, because she couldn't see what I could see.
Exactly.
She couldn't see the vision. Don't let people deter you from your dreams or your goals.
People suck. 90% of people are
Mom,
mediocre.
too.
Oh, it's definitely my own mom. You guys already know that. Y'all already know my biggest hater is my mom. I was live the other day, and so the photographer and his girlfriend were holding the phone, recording me go live. Go ahead, switch. And in the middle of my live, so they can see like all of, the comments and stuff. And in the middle of my live, my mom's like, you look greasy. And I'm like so embarrassed because these people don't even know that's my mom. So like they're like, oh shit, they don't even know how to respond, or like if to respond, or if to tell me somebody's on there talking shit. Like, y'all, no worries. It's just my mom, a crazy ass mom. My mom tells me all the time, oh, when she came in here with you guys, she came home and she was like, I saw your studio. Look how nice and clean your fucking studio is. And you got me living like this. And so like the house is under construction. So like there's plastic all over the place. And we have mold in the ceiling because our something happened with our AC unit, and it like kind of fell through, like all types of just crazy stuff. So like my mom was like, if we're gonna get this shit done, like we're gonna get all this shit done. So literally the entire house looks like
Construction zone.
What's Extreme Makeovers Home
Oh
Edition.
my god.
Yeah, all day. But we're having fun. We're
Well,
enjoying
I know
ourselves.
with renovations now, I don't want to live through the renovation because it always takes longer than you think it's gonna take.
Oh
and
yeah,
it's always way more expensive.
it's
and
like a wedding.
you go over budget so easily, and then other things all of a sudden just pop up. It's just like set a lower budget, but then also have the money for a higher budget, and don't tell anyone, especially the people that you have hired, like you're hiring. to do stuff
Yeah.
because they'll use all of your budget.
Oh, 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%.
Like, oh, how much are you looking to spend? No, don't ask me how much I'm looking to spend. Tell me how much it is.
Right. How much you want for the damn
One of
job?
the guys for our electric sign, I was like asking him like like for a quote, and I was just getting different quotes. My dad always says get 3 quotes,
Mm-hmm.
at least 3 quotes, so you can compare pricing and see if like what one person is offering versus what their asking price is. Because sometimes people are just overcharging because they're a big corporation, or they're undercharging because they do shitty work, or
Mm-hmm.
just
Demographics,
there's just
everything plays a part.
different things. But the moment this guy said, "How much are you looking to spend?" I'm like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Tell me I don't. I was like, I don't know what price range I'm supposed to be looking for, and I was like, this is why I'm doing this first, so I know like what I can budget out. And then he was over here telling me, well, are you looking? He's like, what price range are you looking for? And for he's like 5,000 to 10,000. And at first I'm like, what the hell?
Because you're not familiar with pricing. Got
No.
it.
So I'm over here like I wanted to spend less than $5,000. But anyway, so he's continuing on, and he's like 10,000 to 20,000, or 20,000 to 100,000, and I was
Damn.
like, this fool has me fucked up, like, like absolutely not.
This dude quoted my
And
dad.
I was like the first one, and he was just saying, he was like, oh, that's on the very low end. You're not gonna get good quality for that. And I was like, okay,
So why'd you give me the option?
yeah. So the answer is no. The answer is just no with you, sir. Sorry, what were you saying about your dad?
No, my dad just got a quote for his backyard, and they damn near trying to. It damn near costs more to cement his entire backyard than the whole fucking house itself. I'm like, yeah, throw some grass back there.
No. Anyways, so to finish off the story, we ended up finding this guy in Turkey that has really great reviews on Etsy to make our sign. And our sign came out amazing.
Yay!
So all we had to do was find an electrician to
like wire
install
it. Okay, got it.
So
got
it's
it.
already wired. It's already ready to go. It was
But just to
packaged
put it up.
amazing. Yeah, to put it up to install it. And of course I have Uncle Chris, so I'm just like, okay, Uncle Chris, can you put up? I asked him before I even bought the sign. I'm like, can you put this up? And he was like, yeah, I can. Blah blah blah. Okay. So,
Say less.
yes.
Bet.
All right. My dispute got submitted.
When are you getting your phone back?
I don't know. And I called that guy and left a voicemail yesterday, and you know how patient I am. So I'm like, over.
I mean, it's a fucking phone. That's different. There's difference. Like, even if you break your phone and you make an insurance claim, like, a new phone will be to you the next day. That's how serious it is. It's time.
Okay, so they reviewed my info, all the documentation I sent, so they submitted it to the bank to dispute it. So that means
Okay.
it's good.
Yeah, good.
I didn't sit there for 8 hours for no reason.
I'm getting my $10 an hour back.
Yeah, well, it's not even I'm getting it back because I have to pay taxes. It's Karen's
Yeah.
money. It's like, so yeah. I mean, I didn't make anything off of it, but it was just the whole fact of disputing it. So like, there's no issues with merchant, process, or the processing system, or me being flagged as like a bad merchant or something like that.
Yeah.
Because of somebody else. I'm so thorough. I'm gonna actually add that to my class, to like the business part of my class, about handling like chargebacks and stuff like that. Because you need to be thorough with your records, or else people will take advantage.
Seriously. Or you could be ghetto and hood like me, and just send them a big ass note before they show up. I do not accept anything but cash. So if you plan on stopping to the ATM, or you have to stop at the ATM, better make sure you plan for time, because if you late, I'm canceling your appointment. And then
so strict.
I'm so strict. But you know what? I'm so strict, and it causes my clients to be on time. It causes my clients to not like bug me. They kind of like scared of me, like they be trying not to do anything terrible. And that makes it easier for me to work. And then when they actually like meet me, they're like, "Oh my God, you're not that evil 11-minute bitch that you were in my inbox. I'm like, no. But you definitely have to kind of like get your clients, you have to train them.
No.
And it's much harder to train an older client that's been coming late for 2 years than it is to train a brand new client and you just let them know your policies right off the bat. I'm very, very thorough. Like I send long ass messages that have been written, pre-written months in advance. I'm very, very thorough, and I fire clients often. Like my clients don't pick me, I pick them. So if you come, you sit down. What I've been dealing with a lot lately is I have a lot of people who don't or who already know that I don't do short nails or I don't do plain nails, I don't do manicures. So what they're doing is they're sending me a picture and like, okay, I want this. I quote them for it, have them pay the deposit, and then when I get there, oh girl, I just want something simple, blah, blah, blah. So I had to change my policy the other day that says if I quote you for something, because I always, always, always make sure that my clients send me pictures of what they want before they get here so I can be prepared and I don't have to spend 25 minutes going back and forth with them about the colors I have. So if you send me a video or a picture or whatever saying you want this and I quote you for $100 and then you get here and then you're asking for a $50 set, I'm going to do the $50 set and I'm still going to charge you $100. And then I'm also not going to let you book. So when you need your fill done, it's going to be shitty by one of these local random regular people who just
Be
got a
sitting
nail
outside.
brush. Yeah, you're going to be sitting outside. So yeah, but that came from people doing that to me. If a client had never done that to me, that would never be a part of my policies. So it's
Yeah,
just,
I'm constant. Like that's what I'm doing that too.
you're
I'm like
learning as you
updating my
go.
policies, and I'm like I never even thought of that before. But now that you mention it, now we're gonna have to add it to the policy.
Because people will say they want X, Y, and Z just to get that appointment. And then when they get here, it's like a completely different story. So, yeah, so I'm going to charge you what I quoted you for. And either you're going to get mad or you're going to sit here and get them damn designs that you asked for in the first place. So, yeah, I'm going as I'm making things up as I go, and I've been in the industry for 9 years. So make your business work for you. Like my policies don't apply to the next nail tech. They can't because I have kids, I have this, I have that, I have certain things that I'm running and maneuvering around, and somebody else has other things that they're maneuvering around. So no two techs are the same, but don't let these clients stress you out. The worst thing that you can get to is like the point where you feel like this is no longer what you love, it's a job. That's a terrible, terrible feeling. And the worst feeling about it is it's like, oh, this is my job and I can't stop doing it because I have to do it. That's even, worse. You want this craft to be your craft, your love, your passion, and you want to grow with it, grow for it, and, all that good stuff. So,
You want to work in your business, or you don't. You want to work on your business, not in your business.
yes.
That's
And
the
you want your
ultimate goal.
business to work for you.
Yes. And that's what I'm trying to focus on more is working on my business so I can, do the things that I want to do. They look like Lisa Frank marbles, if that was a thing.
That is new. Not new, but that is like bright. All right, guys. So I turn the light off, and I'm now going to turn the other lights off so I can get some darkness in here to get some more focused light. For those of you who haven't seen me take pictures, I want to show you how I do it now. And you guys have to thank my twin flame so much for being my very first YouTube live. I hope you enjoyed our conversation. We talked shit about everything. And honestly, that was the most PG version you're ever going to get of us. Like I've never seen us keep our calm so well. But I got my ring light on. So we're doing just some sheer and some marble. I didn't do much, guys. I didn't do anything special. The brush that I used was a regular striper brush, and it was dry. And all of the colors you see are gel polish on top of hard gel. And underneath, I'm going to keep her real nails. And then I will see her in 2 to 3 weeks for her fill. And then when she gets her fill, then we may change it into a hybrid set with some colored acrylic and add some, some more fun stuff. But yeah, so we did something colorful. Drea is like every statement she makes is with her nails. So
Everyone always stops me and asks me about my nails.
you'll never see these hand tattoos. Look, guys, if you guys can go, how about this? This is what we're gonna do for the giveaway. If you can go on my Nails by Mikkie Facebook page and tell me how many times I have done her nails. You've seen these hand tattoos. Count up those videos. Tell me how many videos it is of me doing her nails, and shoot that over to me, or comment that on this live. Actually, come back and comment that on this live. And the first person to comment how many videos on my Nails by Mikkie Facebook page are featuring this hand tattoo, come back, comment it on the live. First person to comment the correct number, I'm going to send you a goodie bag from ctones.com. So you guys have until tomorrow, and I'll see you guys later. Love you. I don't know how to exit out of the live. Okay, yes it is. And make sure you guys do something about the cops that killed Breonna Taylor, and make sure we're getting justice for everybody out there, y'all. Y'all just saw them shoot this man in his back as he walked away unarmed, and non-aggressive, and now he cannot walk, and he'll never be able to walk again. And if he survives this, his children will have to live with the trauma that of witnessing their father get shot so many times for absolutely nothing. And them being black men, now they see firsthand how the world is going to treat them, and that's not cool. So I'm going to need you guys to do whatever you can, post whatever you can, say whatever you can, hashtag whatever you can, call whatever elected official you can, vote however you can, and make sure that we're doing something about this social injustice. It's a system, and it's not going to be broken down immediately or quickly, but it needs to start being dismantled. And it doesn't matter if my great grandkids are the ones to dismantle it. All that matters if I'm the one to get the ball fucking rolling. So make sure that we are done watching black men getting killed and shot on camera. I love you guys. God bless you guys, and I hope to see you guys later for my next live stream.